Clobberin time!
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger. Ready to move out.
Clobberin time! Clobberin! It's clobbering time! Clobberonimo!
Yeah, greetings. Greetings, my dear friends. Oh, my goodness. Let's get another week started off. Okay, it's time for Monday Night Mark C. Comics Talk, and it's Doctor Who month, and it's Clobberin Times issue number 688 on YouTube, number 1,388 overall, and I am just so happy to see you all tonight, be with you tonight, and yep, we're going to have, we'll just talk some Doctor Who comics. Well, we'll finish up a brief recap of the last 4 issues. We'll show those really quickly in a little bit of the Star Trek Next Generation Doctor Who crossover. And then who knows, we'll talk some other Doctor Who comics, or maybe just some Doctor Who in general, since it is Doctor Who month. But any comics questions, of course, any comics topics will also be welcome. And because it is comics night, after all, even though it is Doctor Who month, it's still Monday Night Mark C. Comics Talk. And we always honor our dearly departed Mark C. Miss him to this day, always will. So we talk comics in honor of his name every Monday night. And of course, I want to say a big shout out and thank you to my great buddy J-Man, for having me on this channel earlier, a little while ago. I just went off of there. Also, Sean was there. Of course, we didn't do any reviews this week, but we talked to the great Eddie of Bearded Shirts, who makes all of our favorite Legion shirts and stuff like that. He was a guest. He was absolutely terrific, just an extraordinary gentleman. And, finally, after all these years of getting shirts from him, got a chance to talk to him a little bit. And we all got a chance to talk to him and hang out with him. A great guy, just does amazing work. And, of course, he's very inspirational. He has a great inspirational story. If you did not get a chance to watch that stream earlier, you should. Even if you're not necessarily a Legion fan, but especially, obviously, if you are, you should go take a look at Jay's stream from earlier. It was a lot of fun. And also, but this, go learn Eddie's story. I would not be able to do it justice. Only he can. And he tells his story, and it's riveting. And it is, it's combination heartbreaking and inspiring at the same time, and it's brilliant. And he's amazing, and just had a great time. I'm so glad he was there, and hopefully get to hang with him again sometime. So thank you, Eddie, for joining my good buddy Sean and Jay on J-Man's channel, and thanks for all you do, Eddie. Great. He is a true superhero. Amazing gentleman. So let's see. I guess I'm going to do a couple of show notes, and then I'll do the shout outs. How does that grad? Yeah. Let's see. First up for the show notes. Again, big thanks to the great Mark D. with the chief engineer, last night hanging out at the Sunday Night Geekery. As always, it was a lot of fun, and I really appreciate him for that. Of course, hopefully if you were there, you had a good time as well. And if not, hey, Please go check his great channel out for all the videos and stuff he does. And that was fun. And I forgot to say, those who don't clobber out there, I always got to show Gwagnar's work. The secret is to bang the rocks together, guys. Dropped the ball on that one, but oh well. Let's see here. What's going on? What else is going on? Of course, Tuesdays and Thursday nights can be found at my great buddy Tom Connor's channel, Midnight Edge After Dark, hanging out with those great fellas in that great group. Then, what is there? Then, of course, on Wednesday nights, quite often, on Loki's channel, 7 p.m. Central, for the Comic Book Roundtable with my great buddy Stone Loki. And then, of course, for my show, well, usually we're not going to have a Fourth World Friday this week on J-Man's, so but because he's going to be busy. We're going to come back to that in a couple of weeks. But let's see, there will be this Wednesday night. There we go. I will be counting down my top 25 all-time favorite Doctor Who episodes / stories. That's right, folks. What are Clubby's favorite Doctor Who episodes? Top 25. Will it be controversial? Will it be controversial or whatever? Who knows? It probably will be bad takes and horrible hot takes, and you're going to go, how can Clobby not like that one as much as I do, or whatever? Or how could that be on Clobby's list at all? Or why isn't it higher on Clobby's list? Or who cares? Because he sucks and he doesn't know what the crap he's talking about. There'll be people saying that too, I'm sure. Yep, Doctor Who. Yeah, it'll be Doctor Who Day Eve, Wednesday night. And I know it's the night before Thanksgiving, so a lot of people might be busy and not able to make it. That's just the way it landed. So the way the cookie crumbles on that. And then, of course, Thursday night, the Clubhouse. Yes, it is Thanksgiving night, but I will be here. I ain't doing nothing on Thanksgiving but watching football all day and probably eating some Chinese food somewhere. So, but Thursday night, I'll be up in Hill, hanging out with my wonderful first officer, Raquel, and I'm sure, like Mark, our good buddy Mark D will probably stop by. He's got family stuff to do, but if he can make it, he'll stop in and say hi to us. And we won't have doing no reviews or anything again this week because it's a holiday. We'll come back with the reviews next week. So there's that, and then of course Friday night there was again no Fourth World Friday night, but my good buddy Nick Weiser and the gang at 8:30 p.m. Central on his great channel, Nick 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser, for Friday Night Comic Shop Talk. We'll be reviewing the Fantastic Four epic saga of the Sphinx by Marv Wolfman and various artists, including John Byrne on a couple of them, if I believe, and others. So that'll be a lot of fun. We'll be reviewing that as a gang, as we often do. And then, of course, naturally, Saturday night Star Trek number 146 will be 4 more compelling episodes of Star Trek Voyager Season 3. Thank you to all who was here this past Saturday night. What a blast we had with y'all. You were really fantastic. Great group as always, and I hope that you will all be there again next Saturday for the fun. So, what is going on up in here now? Let's do some shout-outs. First, we shout out our great wrenchers because they are great, and I appreciate them very much. The extraordinary Eric K., the Bronze Wrencher, Vindicator Wrench of the Great White North, the extraordinary Chris Persia. Thanks for all you do, buddy. D-Bud Martin, the Wrench of Iron. What's up, brother? Lord Thoth, God of Wrenching. Shout out to his wonderful better half, Lady Thoth. Avon lives, long live the Legion LT. The aforementioned great J-Man, the Wrench Without Fear, my partner in crime on Earth B, fellow Legionnaire extraordinaire and reviewer of much, and much to come. We're reviewing Legion comics. We're reviewing Fourth World, Kirby Fourth World, and we're going to soon be reviewing Miller's Daredevil run. All of it. Batty's Daddy, Wielder, Finch, Mjolnir, and Thorin Vegas. Stephen Cowell, the Super Wrench. The Rascally Wrench himself, Fanter Outsider, Fanty Outsider. And Clobberin Time Zone, Music Meister, Maximum Redstone, the Master of the Limerick. And Master of the Clubmony himself, the great H.B. Hungry Boy. painter of the cover of Science Fiction Tales by the wonderful R.M. Briggs. And let's see who's out there in the chat hanging with me tonight. Get you all shouted out because that's how we roll up on the times of Clobberin. Let's see here. Could not be reached for further comment. Hello, buddy. I saw you over at J-Bench stream. Hope you enjoyed it. And it's good to see you, my friend. The same to Fanty. I saw you over there. Good to see you. Dave C. What's up, brother? Good to see you, Dave C. Always a pleasure. Guagnar. What's up, brother? It's good to see you, sir. The great Guagnar, folks. Alejandro Flores Ibarra. Always great to see you, Alejandro. Thank you so much for being here. Keely Chow, how's that Tide roll? I know they rolled this week, and your Cowboys are rolling too, but don't get cocky. You know how that goes, brother. Who else we got? Sci-Fi Mombi, greetings. Always good to see you here. Thank you so much. Penny, lovely Penny. Great to see you. Penny, I hope you're doing well, my dear. I hope things are going well for you. It's great to see you. I always love having you pop in. You are awesome. The Lost Souls Trilogy. I hope I'm saying that right. Souls Trilogy. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Lost Souls Trilogy. Hey. How are you doing? Good to see you. Brian Hepburn, brother. What is up with your bad self? How you doing? All righty. Salty Traveling Sea. What is up, sir? Oh man, I'm already in trouble. Genesis of the Daleks or get them. Well, of course, you think Genesis. Now it might not be highly placed, but we've got to remember there are over 250 or more Doctor Who stories even before it turned illegit to garbage. So remember, that's a lot of Doctor Who stories, and I'm meaning stories, not like individual parts of stories. So stories in general, episodes, however you want to word it. And so, but of course, I mean, who wouldn't have Genesis of the Daleks on there? What do you think I am, a monster? Well, I am, but no, not a very good one. I'm the Thing, so of course I'm a monster, but I'm, a rocky one. So, but don't worry, we're going to save that for Wednesday night. I know it's treated by the fandom to be the greatest Dalek or Tom Baker story of all time. It's not my favorite of all. I love it. I mean, it's a great one. It's the first Doctor Who I ever saw in 1982. Was either later in part 1 or somewhere in part 2? It's hard to determine because it was a snowy picture from a long ways out of Genesis of the Daleks, which I love it. I think it shouldn't have been necessarily a 6-parter, but it's a classic. And I have that same soft spot, Salty. I love Genesis of the Daleks. Tom Baker is the king, of course. So what I'm going to do really quick, we're going to finish up what I started last week. Star Trek, The Next Generation Doctor Who crossover. I did the first 4 issues. Now I'm going to do 5 through 8. I'm going to breeze through them really quickly. Because, well, that's just what we do. I guess I should do a recap. The story so far, folks, in a nutshell. Let's see. Bop. Now, see, Alejandro, it's going to be an interesting time Wednesday night because I love Pyramids of Mars, man. That's one of my favorites. And Salty Traveling, again, it's good to see you, man. I hope you're doing well, and I hope Purple's doing well out there. You still taking a break from the streaming, or man? Because if you're not, I mean, either way, if you want to promote, we can put link to your channel in here if we can find it. And definitely, any of you have not subscribed to Salty Traveling channel. He's a great dude and has a great channel, and please do. So if we can get a link up in there, or if I can find a link, I'd be happy to promote it. Not that promoted by me means much of anything, granted, but. But anyway, I don't know if you're streaming much of late, but of course, it is good to see you, sir. Let's see. All right. Oh yeah, one of these. Look, I mean, I would love to have you on one night. Yeah, I mean, like on a wild card or something, wild card Wednesday night or something. I mean, I don't know if you're in the comics that much, because otherwise, maybe on some Monday night when I'm doing an open comic show or something. Either way, but yes, it would be great to talk to you. Sutek the Destroyer. I love Sutek. Plaything of Sutek. All right, let's see. Okay, a brief recap, and then we'll do the last 4 issues. I'm going to do them quickly. Don't worry. Of course, Star Trek: The Next Generation, Doctor Who. This was an IDW comic book series. Came out in 2011 or 12, I believe it was. Written by Scott and David Tipton with Tony Lee. Art by J.K. Woodward, a gentleman I've met and is a nice fellow. Lettering by Sean Lee and Robbie Robbins, and edited by Denton J. Tipton. A lot of nepotism there with these Tiptons. It's okay. The Tiptons are good Trek writers. They've written some pretty good Trek comics. You can see that this art style, just to let you know, is there's minimusness. It's like a painting or painted type of art style in the line of, certainly along the lines of an Alex Ross, although it's not. I mean, I'm not putting it up there with Alex Ross or anything. The guy's a really cool dude. He had very little, it's tough to work with. The time it must take to do stuff like this, and he didn't have a lot of time probably. I'm not making excuses for him. I mean, some of it works because he tries to make it look like you're watching a TV show rather than just a comic book. But I get, it's fine for something like this because since it's based on 2 TV shows, I don't mind it not being a regular, basic 2D sequential art comic book type of deal. I don't mind that they do something a little different with the painted attempt at realism through the painting. I think in some pages it works, some pages it does not. But anyway, the story setup is basically this. Then the United Federation of Planets, Stardate 45635.2. Ike. On the planet Delta 4, yes, Ilea's planet, all of a sudden a whole bunch of Cybermen and Borg and Cybermen in the same universe attack and, of course, almost completely destroy it. Some Federation ships show up to fight the Borg and the Cybermen, but they're not much of a match. It's very disconcerting. Poor old Delta 4. Resistance is futile. We cut to basically Amy, Rory, and the Doctor in a chariot chase, and in a way back in ancient Rome or whatever, running from people. Anyway, they get in a kerfuffle. They find out that the Pharaoh's assistant's really an alien. Blah blah blah. Just like it's an opener filler type of deal. But when the Doctor and Amy and Rory find this strange stone in the TARDIS, it gives the Doctor these weird flashbacks. Next thing we know, the TARDIS dematerializes, then rematerializes, but they think they're in San Francisco. Open your golden gate, open your gate, let me in. And they're walking around, even in costume. Though they got in costume quickly. I mean, Amy and Rory, they're just going to go walk around San Francisco, but things are kind of weirdy-ish, and even for San Francisco, because it is the 40s. They walk into a bar, and look who's in there. What? Resistance is futile. Resistance is futile. Whatever. The cyborg men, yes, Fanty. Anyway, it's, oh my God, to be continued, and it already goes to the next issue. So that was a whole issue. The second issue, of course, deals with what's going on the Trek end of it. It deals with Riker and going on an away mission on this planet where these amphibian people are allowing the Federation to mine for things. And there's a big accident, but then they got all kind of time on their hands, strangely enough, and Picard says, go try out the new Dixon Hill program, number one, for some reason. Even though he's not doing it himself, I don't know why. Don't worry. Hey, Minimus, I'm getting to that. I'm getting to the TOS Fourth Doctor. So, it says, number one, go play Dixon Hill for me. Yes, of course. Aye, Captain. Captain Stuffy Pants. So, Data and Riker and Dr. Crusher go, and they're in a bar, and then again, all of a sudden comes in the Doctor, and he recognizes Data as an android. Please let go of my head. Anyway, they get together. Basically, what happens in the first 4 issues is that in very much in Doctor Who fashion, he lands in a place he shouldn't land in. They're very skeptical of them, but they find out quite quickly that he could help them with the Daleks. No, not the Daleks, the Cybermen. I'm sorry, knowledge of the Cybermen. Nerd Slap. Hello there, Anonymous Gamer. Hey there, welcome. Does the comic say what year in the Trek universe this comic takes place in? No, but you can tell that it takes place somewhere ballpark 6th or 7th season, because it's a good ways after the Best of Both Worlds. Yeah, exactly. And I'd say yes, between season 4 and Generations, clearly. So anyway, it was a big setup. And they were asking the doctor's having these weird memories that he shouldn't have because he's not in his own universe. And look what happens in the next issue. Ba, ba, ba. Yes, sir. When in Matt Smith timeline. In Matt Smith timeline, hey, the Wolf Dog. Hello there, good to see you. In the Matt Smith timeline, this takes place somewhere after the Christmas Carol episode, basically because Amy and Roy are fairly newly married. That's a good point, Alejandro. It's a little bit before DS9 style uniforms were introduced. That is true. Very good one. So yes, Next Generation time, somewhere I'd say after the fourth, fifth to sixth season, somewhere up in there, and Doctor Who time after Amy and Roy are married, but obviously before they had they're way in between the Christmas Carol and Asylum of the Daleks. Because if you remember Asylum of the Daleks, they were broken up, and they're just recently married. Is where he aged and got more generations. No, not yet. This is way before that, Wolf Dog. You're thinking of Time with the Doctor there, Wolf Dog. That's Matt Smith's last episode. All right, so anyway, just to recap, because we're going to go to he all of a sudden he's having these strange memories, meaning the Doctor that he never, even though he was never in the universe and he didn't remember them before, all of a sudden a new memory has entered his head. And it's a memory of an adventure he had many, many lives ago. First off, you can see the Cyber Fleet and the Borg Fleet. Terrifying. We've been detected. So, Captain, we are being hailed. The Cyber leader and the Borg contact Picard. I think. But Picard and the Enterprise managed to get away to go to find a safe place to hide. Asking the Doctor about the Cybermen, who tells him a little bit about the Cybermen, and then he looks into the database. The data found some mention of Cybermen. Cybermen aren't from this universe, but somehow they are now. And curious enough, the Doctor has had an adventure with him. The Wolf Dog said, "What you think, RTD going to bring back good Doctor Who again?" In my opinion, I don't think so. But that's just my opinion. I don't trust him. I don't like the way he's conducting himself. I don't like him what he did on the whole Davros thing. I don't like that if he doesn't get rid of the Timeless Children, as much as I can't stand the Jodie era, if he would just get rid of the Timeless Children, I might be not so bad. But I think he's a snake in the grass, like Alejandro just said. So to me, Doctor Who is dead. Personally, the Wolf Dog, that's my opinion. There are different opinions out there, I realize. He's made me so angry this week. I almost don't want to watch the new, those anniversary episodes with David Tennant. I guess I'll watch him, but I don't know, man. I've loved this show for over 40 years, 41 years, whatever it is. And he has just made me sick. And I personally don't think it'll be to my liking, but there'll be people who do like it. He certainly shot himself in the foot for the ratings because he's pissed a lot of people off. He's been abusive to fans, and I just think it's a shame. So the Cybermen have been mentioned. The data finds a log entry from the original Enterprise, the original Constitution class Enterprise registry, NCC 1701, no bloody A, B, C, or D, commanded by James T. Kirk. While visiting an archaeological site, a small group from the Enterprise encountered some beings referred to in the logs as Cybermen. Whoa, are you all right? I'm honestly not sure. The Doctor all of a sudden has that crazy episode again. Boom, and now he's remembering. And of course, we have a nice flashback here with some different art. We should get the credit of who did this art, by the way. It's only Thea. Art by J.K. Woodward and the Sharp Brothers. The Sharp Brothers must have been a lot of family and stuff in these issues. It's pretty cool. So again, we had Kirk and company. What they do, the Davros. They decided to make they decided to change Davros into a human and retcon he was always a colleague, a normal human, because they thought he was too offensive for disabled people because he was in something of a wheelchair, although it's not a wheelchair, it's a Dalek support unit. He's half Dalek, but Russell T. Davies is a moron. Larry, what's up, brother? Yeah, I understand, Alejandro. But I did like a lot of the stuff I don't like everything he did that Davies did at all. I got a lot of problems with a lot of it, but it was kind of cool to see some of it. Yes, Pike in the Menagerie is offensive according to that logic, which isn't logic at all. So, yep. The original Enterprise crew goes on a mission. They find this colony. They check on them, and they're all acting kind of like robots. They're a little too like automaton-like for Kirk's viewing, so they go to try to get back into the place. And there he goes, the Doctor. Hello, I'm the Doctor, having a little trouble with the door. You're with the research team. I've only just arrived. I'm certain I could help you out, though, if you permit me. And then I love it goes. Something like that. Oh, would you care for a jelly baby? Would you like a jelly baby? Look at that. Oh, man. Second, it's just great. Fourth Doc and the Enterprise crew. Alaric Harrison, what's up? Yes. Alaric says, I only watched Doctor Who now and then. First on PBS in the 60s and the 70s, then later with Tom Baker. Well, he's the best. Tom Baker rules. Anyway, let me get through this really quick so we can move on and get it all over with. He met the Enterprise crew, helped Kirk and the gang. We all saw this last week. I'm just recapping. And then, of course, we find out that boom, we move ahead. Issue 4. They have a big problem, and the Doctor, can't convince Picard that the Borg have pulled a trick on the Cybermen. The Cybermen have pulled the trick on the Borg, rather, and have threatened to destroy them. And And it turns out the Cybermen are worse than the Borg. And the Doctor wants to help the Borg at least beat the Cybermen, because otherwise, if the Cybermen win, they're going to take over all the Borg's power. Picard won't have anything to do with helping the Borg. He introduces the Doctor to Guinan, and the Guinan and Borg hit it off, which you would expect so much. They have a lot in common. She tells the Doctor that he can help. She tells Picard to trust him and he can help. And reluctantly, he agrees. But he's not happy. And later they beam down to a planet that has been ravaged by the Borg and this Cybermen. They bring back somebody. The Cybermen are destroying the Borg. Picard's like, good riddance. I did like good riddance. I don't like the Borg. They were mean to me. I hate them. I hope they burn in robot hell, whatever. Yes. I won't help them, Doctor. As I said, Doctor, there is no locutus, nor will there be a truce. The Borg will receive no assistance from me. To be continued. So we left off with the Doctor trying to basically convince Picard that even though they're the Borg, considering what the danger the Cybermen pose, he needs to, he's going to have to compromise. He's going to have to actually help the Borg. They threw jelly babies at Beatles concerts before one of them said he liked jelly babies. Huh, wow. I like jelly babies. You can get them in some stores around here every now and then, even though they used to be illegal for sale here. Would you care for a jelly baby? But you can't eat one until someone says that to you. Hands it to you. Would you care for a jelly baby? Although, Troughton did it before him. He said, care for a jelly baby? He had actually, No Wesley. This was after Wesley left, fortunately. Thank you. Thank you, No Wesley. So, here we go. It's time. It was the Doctor to get stuffed. Well, and in the next issue, Picard's going to get a lesson from the old Doc. Yeah, I'll show you, Governor. We're going to help We're going to help the Borg. You're going to like it, mate. He didn't really say that to him. Oh dear, oh dear. Hey, chicks. Woo, 2 redheads. Amy Pond, Dr. Crusher, and Counselor Cleavage. Oh, like them babies. Walmart stacks jelly babies now and then, says Chris. Not here. In your country, not ours. That's cool, though. Love it. Damn it, now I want some jelly babies. We have a store that does have them sometimes. I must go look for them. I must have me some jelly babies. Maybe for the holiday. Maybe for the bloody holiday, right? Okay. Anyway, chick cover. Woo! But they had some other covers, too. That's a pretty cool cover with this is a very cool cover with Picard learning about the TARDIS. So the Doctor, Captain, I ask you to reconsider. The Borg may have valuable information for us. We need to hear them out. You heard me, Doctor. The Enterprise will not open investigations or negotiations with the Borg. To hell with you, you Doctor, you. Captain, let's at least hear what they have to say. There's no harm in listening. Absolutely not. Helm, lay in a course for Earth. Lieutenant Worf, let Starfleet know that immediate threat has passed. Tell them that we are returning to assist in rescue operations for the planets that were attacked. The Cybermen will try to conquer and convert all of the Borg now. They will only grow stronger and more deadly. And thirst for power, what are your intentions? I say let the Borg and the Cybermen fight it out. Let them kill each other. If the Cybermen are indeed hoping to strike at the heart of the Borg collective, I say more power to them. Let's see the Borg have a taste of their own medicine. Come in. Beep, beep, beep. Guidon. I hope you forgive my intrusion, Captain, but you're being an ass. The stakes have moved higher, and I'm afraid that only the Doctor and I may realize it. Anyways, they're both trying to convince Picard. He has some very good reasons. Do you mind if I tell him, Captain? So She tells the doctor his story with the best of both worlds stuff with the Borg. They relay that story to fill up some pages. And now I see. Captain Picard, you have my deepest sympathy for what happened to you. No sentient being should be forced to undergo that sort of enslavement. But let me assure you that the Cybermen are every bit as much of a threat as the Borg. They may be heading toward Borg space now, but trust me, they'll be back. Who are these Cybermen, anyway? A race of cyborgs. They replace their organic parts with mechanical ones. They consider flesh to be weak. But they force others to become Cybermen through a process known as cyber conversion, not unlike the assimilation used by the Borg. Often, because they're a ripoff, the Borg are a ripoff, often the only remaining organic element of them is a brain hooked up to a metallic body. The Cybermen are not native to our universe, Captain, but they are present in the other universes. They claim to be logical and emotionless, but in fact, they are ambitious and ruthless in their pursuit of conquest. They seek complete dominion over other species and want to convert all sentient beings into Cybermen. That certainly does remind me of the Borg. They have much in common with the Borg, but the Cybermen do not limit their plans for conquest to a single universe. Different versions of them can be found in alternate universes. As the Cybermen were scouting new universes to invade, they found the Borg. The Cybermen must have thought that the Borg seemed like kindred spirits and began laying the groundwork to bring themselves into this universe some years ago. That's when you first encountered them, Doctor, with that earlier Enterprise crew. Yes, and I thought I had stopped them in their tracks back then, but now it is apparent that their plan continued unabated. The Cybermen must have somehow convinced the Borg that the two had much in common, and then that there would be mutual benefit if the two worked together and eventually merged into one. But the sheer ambition of the Cybermen naturally cannot be contained. Once the Borg started to trust the Cybermen as part of an alliance, the Cybermen could not help but revert to their true nature. They must have cracked all of the Borg security protocols and overwhelmed them. And now the Cybermen are methodically cyber converting the entire Borg collective, acquiring all their resources, consuming and processing all of their archives. Now they are heading back to the Borg homeworld to complete the task. The thought of the Cybermen enhanced by all those resources of these Borg, the degree of unrestrained conquest that defies imagination. This is bad, Captain, very bad, far worse than I realized. The Cybermen won't stop. Once they convert the Borg, they'll be back, Jean-Luc. They'll be back to convert the Federation, the entire Alpha Quadrant, this whole galaxy, and they'll use all they learn from the Borg to do the same thing to other universes, too. We have to find a way to stop them before it's too late, says the Doctor. This all sounds very far-fetched, don't you think? Even you must concede that this is a great deal of conjecture. I, for one, will be glad to see the Borg crushed. And who is to say that the Borg might not put up a good fight? This war between the Borg and the Cybermen could last centuries. Let them grind themselves down while the Federation continues to recover and build an adequate defense against them both. The clock's ticking, though. No, Captain. Cybermen move fast, very fast. They are very efficient. A horrible, unrelenting clockwork. So you say, let us see what we know for certain. So Mr. Data says, last Cybermen fleet, blah, 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 blah. Picard still being an obstinate jackass? Nope, we're going back to Earth. You and Guinan just convinced me and used too much logic. No. Doctor, even if everything you and Guinan are telling me is true, what good is the Enterprise going to be against that Cyberman fleet? We would be like a mosquito against a herd of elephants. I won't sacrifice this vessel to chase your theories. Course laid in Warp 5 and Ensign Engage. Rory's hanging around in sick bay with Counselor Cleavage and the Doctor, and there's Amy, and they're having a nice conversation. The Doctor goes down and, talks about the Doctor being blinded by his past. They have an argument with Counselor Cleavage. Who cares what she has to say about anything? And then Amy Pond visits the Doctor. Miss Pond, sorry to disturb you, Captain. May I come in? Certainly, but if you're here to continue my earlier discussion with the Doctor, I'll not alter my decision. No, Captain Picard, I just came to say goodbye. Goodbye? Yes, we'll be leaving to find some way to talk to the Borg, or else stop the Cybermen ourselves. That's madness. Madness is kind of what we do. This is a very dangerous life you lead, Miss Pond, is it not? Why do you do it? He visited me once, the doctor did, when I was a very little girl, all alone and very scared. Then he vanished. Everybody thought I was crazy, but I knew he'd be back. 12 years later, there he was, and he hadn't aged a day. He came back just like he said he would, and he saved my life. He saved us all that day, the whole planet, and it wasn't even the first time or the last. Ah, point emerges, I see. Yes, I'm not asking you to trust him. I'm not asking you to trust me. But will you let me show you something that might change your mind? That's all I'm asking. So they go to the holodeck with the TARDIS. This would have been a great movie, a TV scene too, with the TARDIS. Let's see if anybody's popped in since I've been gone. I'm not always seeing the screen, everybody. Yeah, the art's not the greatest. I hear you, but it's an interesting story so far. Mr. Williams, please, it's Rory. Hello, Captain Picard. You've been a most gracious host, allowing us to run the run of your magnificent vessel. May I please return the hospitality? Something to show me, Miss Pond? Amy and Rory will stay outside, so you need have no fears about your safe return. Please, won't you come in? Remarkable. Welcome to the TARDIS, Captain. TARDIS, the Terms of Time and Dimension Space. It's the best ship in the universe. Hold up. Maybe that's 2 universes now. It's bigger on the inside. Is it? Hadn't noticed. How is this possible? A clever little trick, isn't it? Transdimensional engineering. The interior exists on an entirely different dimension. From the exterior, you really should look into it. But as much as I do love showing her off, especially to a fellow captain like yourself, that's not really why we're here. With your permission, Captain, I'd like to show you something. I can hardly say no, Doctor. You have my attention. TARDIS sound, TARDIS sound, TARDIS sound. I can't do the TARDIS sound. I can't do it. Open the doors and have a look, Captain. We're 50 years into the future, Captain. The future. Oh, did I mention it also travels in time? And he shows the future. Let's see here. Okay, it's not much more to go with this story. The meat of it is these last few issues anyway. This is your Lieutenant Worf's homeworld, Kronos. Is it not, Captain? The first city of the Klingon Empire, utter subjugation of the Cybermen. This is an illusion, something you conjured to sway me. I don't depend on fabricated shadows to make my argument, Captain. It's all real. Were it not for Guinan's faith in you, I could scarcely believe this possible. I don't normally reveal my true nature so lightly, but you have to see what lies ahead. Come, let us see what else the future holds. So the TARDIS, I can't do the noise. 30 years later, the paradise world of Raxacorical Valbathorius. Now nothing but raw materials for the Cyberman war machine. 20 years past, that Vulcan falls to the Cybermen. Its centuries of wisdom and advanced thought lost forever. TARDIS noise again. Whatever. I can't even. Can't do it. I can't do the TARDIS noise. Damn it. I wish I could do the TARDIS noise. Oh, dear. Anyway. Lesser art, but a fun story so far. Let's say the Jadoon were once an intergalactic police force. 25 years later, they've become the Cybermen shock troopers, mindlessly destroying everything in their path. Look at the Cyber Jadoon. Oh, dear. 40 years later, your people fought valiantly, but there was nothing to be done. Starfleet Academy was the last to hold out of free humanity in the galaxy. You're looking at what's left of the human race marching into the Cyberman's conversion machines. San Francisco is like the rest of the Earth now, merely another nexus from which the Cybermen can strike out and infest more of the galaxy unless we act to stop it. So many worlds, countless. Each galaxy, each universe, in turn will fall. But we don't have to let it, Captain. We have to work with the Borg. They have the information we need to prevent this from happening. And besides the billions of lives that we can save, besides the thousands of worlds we can protect, there's still another reason to prevent the Cybermen from slaughtering the Borg. We should help our enemies because it's what makes us better than them. You win, Doctor. I concede. Take us away from this horror, and let us contact the Borg. To be continued. Ba ba ba. Yeah, righty. A lot of ads in these IDW comics. I haven't read this since it first came out in 2000, whatever, 12. Yes, Kronos Godweason. Hello there. Oh, every now and then I do comic book reviews on my Monday night streams and others. And this is since it's Doctor Who month, Kronos, I'm reviewing a Doctor Who comic that is a crossover between Doctor Who and Star Trek The Next Generation. I'm just going through the story, basically, spoilering the hell out of it because no one's ever going to read it anyway. You might read it, I don't know. But anyway, let's continue. It won't take much longer. I'm almost done. Issue 6 basically chronicles, even as the Cybermen made their way towards the Borg homeworld after turning on their allies, Captain Jean-Luc Picard refused to listen to the imperiled Borg, much to the Doctor's dismay. Guinan revealed Picard's troubled history with the Borg to the Doctor, who in turn showed Picard the grim future that waits if he does not intervene. Now Captain Picard has agreed to do something that goes against his better judgment. Again, written by Scott and David Tempton, pencils by Gordon Purcell, painted by J.K. Woodward. Gordon Purcell's on this issue, so yeah, he did a lot of Star Trek stuff. All right, here we go. The Doctor and the Borg. So, planetoid Tau Lee, a desolate rock in space. They beamed out. Wow, and they were, even though they travel in the TARDIS all the time, Amy's not used to transporting. Mr. Data report no sign of them yet, Captain. Sir. So wait, there's no one here? That's weird. They'll come. Deception isn't really in their nature. This was really necessary, Captain. The Borg want to cooperate. There is such a thing as an acceptable risk, Doctor, and allowing a full Borg landing party aboard the Enterprise does not fall under that category. I have them now, Captain. A Borg cube has just entered standard orbit in the opposite position from the Enterprise as instructed. So the Borg show up. Phasers set to maximum automatic phase recalibration, Captain. We will not enter this unprepared, Doctor. Locutus up, Borg. We have arrived as instructed. And we have come as you asked. What do you propose? I am Conduit. I have been designated to speak for the Collective and serve as the liaison to Locutus during these negotiations. The Borg Collective is at risk of falling entirely under the control of the Cybermen. This cannot be allowed. Survival of the Collective is paramount. Paramount sucks, by the way, so does CBS. You will assist us in eradicating the Cybermen. By the way, Paramount Plus has me blocked, even though I'm a subscriber on Twitter. I'm blocked on Twitter by Paramount Plus, and I never even said anything to the idiots. Eradicate, you mean assimilate. Yeah. Eradicating the Cybermen, you mean assimilate. Assimilation of the Cybermen was attempted. It was not possible. Eradication is required. And why precisely should we get involved in this? Without your intervention, the Cybermen will completely subsume the Collective. Should the Cybermen gain the full resources of the Collective, your destruction at their hands is a certainty. Do you not consider your survival essential? Indeed. And what guarantee do we have that you won't turn on us at the first available opportunity? The Borg do not guarantee. The Borg do not bargain. The Borg's primary imperative is to ensure its continued existence. Existence as Paramount Plus sucks. Your Muslim uncle, what's up, bud? Dave C. Maximum Redstone. Jingles the Christmas elf. Hello there. Welcome. I've never seen you here before. It's always good to see new people pop in. All right. Let's see. Chris Bird says, likely Paramount has heard of your stance on all their fake Trek shows and retaliated like petty children. I don't know. Paramount Plus, how can they give a crap what I say? I'm nobody, nothing with a no. I mean, it's ridiculous. But, I mean, and I don't think it's a blockchain thingy. What's really weird about it is I clicked on and I could see the site, and it says you're blocked. So I don't even know how to block anyone, right? Stupid ass Paramount sucks. So to see BS, all you see is BS. Since you'll continue to distance may safeguard ours, no harm shall come to you. Mutual benefit, Captain. Our survival is their survival. Agreed. How shall we proceed? I will accompany you to provide all data necessary to eradicate the Cybermen and to provide continuing communications with the collective. Unacceptable, Captain. Even a single board drone aboard the Enterprise constitutes to great risk. All components required for assimilation are being removed from my systems. The risk of assimilation from my presence will be nil. Do you find this acceptable, Mr. Data? Confirmed, Captain. All of the systems and technology necessary to begin the assimilation process are no longer present. Very well, then. And then Riker realizes, oh, dear God, Bertrand, it's you. You murderers! Well, he's pissed because his good buddy's been, he just realizes his good buddy has been assimilated. Assimilated. It's Marcus Bertrand, captain of the Potemkin. That man was my friend. You had to rub our noses in it, didn't you? Come, Commander, this won't solve anything. Bertrand was assimilated when his ship was taken at Delta 4. It was believed that utilizing one you were familiar with would more easily facilitate our partnership. Are you ready to depart? Yes, let us. Picard to Enterprise 8 to beam up. So Riker sees an old buddy assimilated. Yes. Jingles, the Christmas said, thank you. I am just popping into the human world at the boss's request. Santa usually sends me out this time of year to survey the human world and get a count of who belongs on the good or naughty list. Well, around here, we're all pretty naughty, but only in a good way. So we're good, naughty people here, I think. I think we're all pretty cool. So tell Santa that if he really is Kurt Russell, then he's cool to me. Anyway, so time moves on here. Let's advance this away up into the future. As our fleet chased the Enterprise into the nebula, the Cybermen detected the board. The board, this ship, this time is blah, blah, blah. All right, let's see. So y'all basically got the basic idea. They have to team up with Borg. You know, again, I gave some chunks of it. We're not going to continue the whole thing, other than show you that what you already know. What's interesting, one thing interesting about this story is the Doctor pulls out something that was kind of excluded from the RTD Cybermen, because I can't stand his version of the Cybermen. I mean, they had some okay episodes, but he took them into another universe and he totally changed them. The Cybermen from 2000, from David Tennant's first season. I know they screwed around with them later, did all kind of stuff. This was before, by the way. I think this episode was done before, or this story was done before the Neil Gaiman, was it Nightmare in Silver or whatever story? Something to do with Silver, something or other story he did. What was that called? What was it? Anyway, he did a Cybermen story that was weird with Matt Smith. But anyway, so what I love about this, these Cybermen are allergic to gold, Max. According in this story, I like that the writer just said, screw it. They're allergic to gold. Because remember in the earlier issue where Tom Baker, Kirk met Cybermen that were basically from Revenge of the Cybermen type era. So these Cybermen they're allergic to gold. And that's part of the plot point from earlier in one of the early issues. They go to this planet. And by the way, he's having a conversation about Wolf 359. And then Volk says, bad wolf yet again. I beg your pardon. Nothing, Captain. Merely echoes of past losses. All right, then we have a plan to help out our Borg friend here, but we still need to figure out some other things. How are we going to catch up with the cyber controller ship? They have quite a lead on us. Your vessel's engines are inefficient. Borg knowledge can ensure that we can catch up with it. Anyway. So the Doctor I'm cautiously optimistic, says Picard. There's one more thing that concerns me. The conduit may help us make sure we can defend against the Borg of technology. But what about the Cybermen themselves? They're vulnerable to gold, Captain, but we will need a lot of it. Even your replicators might not be enough. I have an idea. They'll go back to Naya 7, which was the planet they were at in issue number 2. The lovely Sherry, what's up, dear? Maddie's daddy, oh, brother, what's up? Look at the lovely Sherry's beautiful face. It's good to see you, my dear. I hope you're doing well. So the Doctor, I love how they just ignored that about that crap about not using gold in all of those modern day episodes. Magnificent sight. No wonder you come here often. This often. This is not a leisure stop, Doctor. Our business here is due to ongoing difficult circumstances. But regardless, it's quite a sight to see. Simply marvelous. Fortuitous that this had been a previous stop before all this began. Luck was on our side. Something we have very little precious of you. Blah blah blah. Anyway. So my apologies, Captain. Yeah, what can I do for you? So we need gold, woman. And they get some gold. Oh, it's one of the embargo's minerals according to their agreement with the DI. There's plenty of gold on this planet, but you'll have to talk to them about it. Right, but this is what I expected, Lieutenant. So anyway, they got to talk to these amphibian people about the gold. And Captain, I scarcely believe what you're asking my people. You understand that the monetary system of my world is entirely linked to a gold standard. Do you not? Do you realize the hardships this would create, the potential for economic catastrophe? We do, Silas. We would never ask for something like this if the cause were not so important and so high. My people have already provided the Federation with so much. I don't know. That's why I would talk if it were the cartoon, right? I don't know. Yep, go. Oh, there you go, Alejandro. Goldfinger. I don't think replicators make elements in any quantity. They only rearrange them. That's true, Kronos. So I don't think you can make gold. Anyway, so they got to talk to these amphibious people. And guess who? There's no more silver tongue talking about gold than the Doctor. See, listen, I think I understand the situation you're in here. Yours is a small society compared to the Federation, and you did not agree to this initial alliance lightly. If I'm not mistaken, I could tell that you should help. I could tell you that you should help us for strategic advantage. I could explain to you how helping us would give you enormous leverage in future negotiations with the Federation, and that would be true. Or I could tell you how helping us now would help you and your people in the long run. I know that your people faced some hard times before the Federation came here, and now you could earn the heartfelt gratitude of thousands of worlds. And I could suggest that you personally could benefit politically from helping us, raising your stature here and across the galaxy, and that would be true. Or I could tell you that helping us would ensure the safety of billions across countless worlds, beings who otherwise could be lost or enslaved, converted into soulless automatons without free will or the prospect of happiness. And that would be true, would also be true. What say you? We should accompany you, Doctor. Agreed. The Battle of Wolf 359 was a volatile, brutal encounter, Doctor. You don't know what you're going to be facing. So basically, I guess it worked. The Doctor got the gold. Absolutely not. Crossing your own timelines is more than a bad idea. It's the mother of all bad ideas. It's the bad idea that bad ideas have when they're not thinking straight. Could crack the whole of space and time right down the middle. Trust me. Be right back. Trust him. Do you trust him yet, Captain? What choice do we have, number one? What is it, Pond? I can feel the expression on your face. You got that scrunched up, I have a bone to pick with the Doctor, even though it always turns out he knows what he's doing and maybe I shouldn't bother him expression, haven't you? You lied to Captain Picard. That whole business about no crossing your own timeline, it's a load of rubbish. Yeah, that's right. You've done it plenty of times. You even allowed that Sardic character to make his younger self on a honeymoon. Meet his younger self on a honeymoon. Yes, minor prevarication in things. In scheme of things, it's just that where we'll be going, the things we may see, I think it's not the sort of thing a man should have to live through twice. He was protecting Picard by not bringing him. Good night, Penny. Have a great night, dear. So he's protecting Picard. He materializes aboard the cyber ship. It's warm and it smells funny. Yeah, like ozone or air filter. Not the most inviting of surroundings, are they? Let's get what we came for and make our departure, shall we? The quicker the better. Do you even know where we're going? Of course I do, Pond, mostly. Luckily, the charming android fellow gave me one of these little to help me with the directions. A little clunky but reliable. The tricorder, that is. Not the android, although he's also somewhat reliable. Very reliable, come to think of it. I'm fucked up. Amy runs into a Borg. Relax, Amy. It's like they don't even realize we're here. All right, that's just creepy. As long as we don't interfere with them, yes, we're beneath their notice. Come along, Pons. Pons, if I'm reading this correctly, we should be getting close. Doctor, take a look in here. What is that? It can't be. I'm afraid so. It's Captain Picard. So they've gone back to the time of. Oh yeah, it's Michael Gambon. Rest in peace, Michael Gambon. They've gone back to the time of the best of both worlds. They crossed to Picard's family. It's Captain Picard himself enslaved to the collective. I can imagine no worse a fate. Still, as with the others, so long as we don't interfere with his duties directly, we should go unnoticed. And then the Picard looks right at them. Oh dear. Ba ba ba. Issue number 7. Picard. Locutus looks right at them. Quietly, Amy. That was very close, but surely they must have seen us. Don't call me Shirley. Mr. Worf told me this would happen as long as we don't keep them from the assigned duties. They're caught up in eternal Borg collective. So this is Captain Picard. He was assimilated. Yes, the Borg assimilated him and renamed him Locutus. The Borg intended for him to facilitate the surrender of the Federation. When Enterprise eventually destroys the Borg cube, putting an end to this Borg invasion, Data will help Captain Picard free himself from the Borg collective. And then on Voyager, this Borg cube was magically reassembled. But the memory of the Borg will force Picard to do here today will continue to torment him for the rest of his life until he becomes a robot for real. Sorry, that's not the real Picard. Do you think Borg alcoves were inspired by Cybermen tombs as shown as the classic era? Yeah, well, it's certainly possible. The Borg are highly derivative of the characters, but I mean they're very good. Excuse me, but they're highly derivative. F the timelines, the only people who couldn't cross the streams were the Ghostbusters. Yes. I can't forgive them for her TARDIS being able to create cures for any disease, i.e., the plastic virus yet wouldn't cure Graham. Well, yeah, but then again, that's not real Doctor Who. That's fake drivel. All right. So, where am I? Oh, anyway, so here we go. They're on board the Borg ship back during the cube during the Battle of Wolf 359. A title, of course, I always thought funny because it was the title of a classic Outer Limits episode. I hear you. I think we're done here. Are you ready? Are you two ready? Let's sit back through here, and we'll be out of here in no time. The Doctor, look, the battle is underway now. How many lives did Commander Riker say were lost? 11,000. Wow. Nothing to be done. It's sad. Thousands of people are dying out there. Why can't we do something? You have to let it go, Amy. The past is the past. You could do something if you wanted to. She wants him to go save them all. This battle is a fixed point in time, Amy. It can't be changed. Secondly, even if I could somehow intervene and prevent that battle, how can I possibly know what the possible outcome of that intervention would be? Are you sure that things would come out better? We have our own catastrophe to prevent, and I can't let anything get in the way of that. With luck, what we have here will restore the Borg and stop the plans of the Cybermen. Trust him? Do you trust him, Captain? What choice do we have, number one? What the? The mission was a resounding success. I never thought I'd see the day when I'd be happy to hear that we can help out the Borg. Well done, Doctor. Let's check in with Commander LaForge's progress on getting us to the Cyberman fleet in time to put it to use. Blop, blop, blop. Good news, Commander. The Doctor has acquired the Borg. Executive routines, blop, blop, blop. I'm afraid I have very bad news, sir, that with the help of our Borg friend here, I've gotten every last bit of efficiency out of the Enterprise's engines, well past anything we've ever achieved before. We've done everything we can, but in every simulation, it's just not enough. They have too much of a lead, and we can't catch up. Then we've lost. If we can't stop or slow down that ship, there's no way we can reactivate the Borg collective before the Cybermen arrive at the Borg homeworld. Geordi, do you have any options? I'm sorry, Captain. We're up against the laws of physics. That cyber ship is just too far ahead of us and moving too quickly for the Enterprise to catch it in time. That's it, then. The Cybermen will convert the entire Borg collective to their cause. They'll be essentially unstoppable. Aha! I have another option, Captain. The TARDIS is fast, far faster than any of your ships. We won't break the laws of physics. We'll just bend them a little. We can take a small group of us into the TARDIS, catch the cyber ship, sabotage. We'll find a way to disable their engines so the Enterprise can catch them. Your little box against that ship, Doctor? I'm not sure I like the odds. My little box has been places you never dreamed of, Captain. We'll slip inside the cyber ship undetected. We were going to have to board the vessel one way or the other anyway. To restore the Borg from their stupor, we must have access to the Cybermen computers to copy the executive code back into the collective. Very well. We have no alternatives. Let's get started. You wanted to do this all along, didn't you? You know me, Pond, always best to be prepared. The Enterprise is a fine vessel, but we're flying into the abyss. I know what ship I want beneath my feet. Mr. Wolf, assemble a security team. Meet us in the weapons room. I want full tactical gear prepared for our incursion to the Cybermen's fleet. On our way, Captain. On our way, Captain. Doctor, this course of action is exceedingly hazardous. I tend to agree, Captain Picard. Amy Rory, I'm afraid I can't let you accompany us. What? What are you talking about? This is simply far too hazardous. It's one thing to find ourselves in harm's way, but I won't deliberately take you into danger. Forget it, mister. What are we supposed to do? Just twiddle our thumbs and wait for you to come back to us? What do we do? It really is a little late for that sort of concern, isn't it, Doctor? Fair enough. Had to try. Captain, they'll be coming along. Oh, dear. He's very doctory, isn't he? Let's go back to 2019, pick up Rip Taylor, give him a garbage full of gold leaf glitter problem. 2019? Was Rip Taylor alive at that point? Yeah, no way. That's true. Like I said, no way the Enterprise could even come close to making it, even advanced though it was. Although they're following them. So, yeah. So anyway, there goes the Doctor and his crew on board the TARDIS. Are about to go on board the TARDIS. What trickery is this? Most remarkable. Yes, bigger on the inside. How can this be? Let's skip ahead, shall we? Much to do. As Am I to assume that the vessel somehow makes use of dimensional shifting so as to create an exponentially larger interior? Most efficient, Doctor. Spot on, Commander Data. A genuine pleasure to have someone on board who's so quick on the uptake. Hey, now let's be on our way. We have some time to make up. The Cyber Armada. I can't do that. I tried to do the damn TARDIS noise, but I couldn't do it again. This looks like the place. So you say. How is it we've not been detected? You'd be surprised how sneaky the old girl can be. Most of the time, we're in and out of places before anyone knows we're... Intruder alert, intruder alert, here. So the fighting begins. And... rip, absolutely rip. So the fighting begins, and let's just jump to the end, shall we? Data, how are we going to get you out of here? Because it's hard to review that many issues in one show. So, man, they end up being facing a zillion Cybermen. Kuya. And Picard says, shite. I mean, just merde. And so for the final conclusion issue, number 8, and we'll go through it really quick. The Menace of the Cyber Controller. So they're on board the cyber ship. They're fighting Cybermen. Something's happening. Warning, sabotage, danger, intruders. Danger, intruders, don't make us use this. You are behind the sabotage of our vessel. Punishment will be swift. Prepare yourself to be upgraded. The Borg will be decommissioned and recycled along with the rest of the inferior collective. Curious, this unit does not seem in need of cyber upgrade. Bring him to the cyber controller for inspection. Doctor, you have any tricks up your sleeve? Now would be the time. I was rather hoping for a surprise from you, Captain. Alert, we are under attack. A surprise from outside. That would work fine as well. I think it's the Enterprise. Captain was given the ship a thorough dose of gold-infused particle beam that we devised. It should have permeated every open space in the hull with a fine gold mist. And according to plan, we're going to beat the hasty retreat now because the rest of the Cybermen fleet is closing fast, and they don't look very happy to see us. We have no idea just how timely your arrival was. Number one. Yes, by all means, get the Enterprise out of here. You had this coming, you know, the Doctor. Your chief engineer is quite useful, Captain. He came through just in time with the golden beam. He would make an interesting companion. Don't even think about it. I must admit, though, the golden beam worked out even better than you led me to believe. Certainly it was effective, but remember at times these Cybermen have strengthened their shields and built up resistance to gold. You may not be so lucky with the cyber controller. Speaking of the devil, I think we're about to meet him. That's him, all right. You may well come in, Doctor. Your arrival was no surprise. You Cybermen never change. Same old elaborate plans that never quite work out. The arrogance of the Time Lords. Once again, you have made things difficult for us, but your sabotage won't stop us. We have devoted enormous resources to this mission. Once we discovered the Borg, we spared no effort to or expense crossing time and dimensions in an effort to win them over and ultimately betray them. When we were ready, we struck deep into their consciousness and removed their will to resist us. I knew that one random element in my plan was you, Time Lord. I did everything I could to keep you in the dark. You nearly succeeded, but I figured it out, just as I always do. Once we have finished cyber converting the Borg and this entire universe, we're going to enslave your universe as well. I don't think so. Your ship's already disabled. Our countless defeats at your hands are finally over. There's nothing you can do this time. You've walked right into my hands. I will do what my predecessors could not. I will put an end to you, and the Cybermen will never be troubled by the Doctor again. Crack, pop, bloop, noises. Doctor, hold steady, Captain. Your petty mischief with the gold may have slowed my drones, but it has little effect on me. I will crush your soft throat and build the new Cybermen empire atop your bones. This is your last chance. Surrender now. Die, Time Lord. Whoa. Now, Data. Data tackles the Data and the Cybermen, and the Borg, rather, tackles the cyber controller. Release me. I will kill the Time Lord. I will kill you all. I really don't think so. I really don't think you will. Now hold still. This may sting a little. No! You are most aptly named, my friend. You will serve as the conduit through which we restore the Borg's executive protocols. The vital information confirmed by your Borg circuitry will flow through you into the cyber controller and outward through the Cybermen's own network to all cyber-controlled drones, ships, and facilities. One more, and the Borg Collective is restored. What was that? Rumbled. The vessel and all Cybermen vessels linked through its cyber web have been set to self-destruct. The Cybermen must not be allowed to further threaten the Borg. What? You can't. That's genocide. How long, Conduit? Full program execution in 285 seconds. Wolf, this ship is going to self-destruct. Meet us back at the TARDIS immediately. You have less than 5 minutes. Data? You'll be extremely close, sir. So they all make it to the TARDIS quickly. Boom, it all blows up. And there it is. I'll not grieve, Doctor. You saw the worlds they ravaged. Yes, I know, but what's this? Resistance is futile. All will be assimilated. No, you can't. How can this be? I thought he had removed this ability to assimilate. His ability to assimilate organics, Captain. This looks to be a strictly mechanical interface. Our arrangement is at an end, Time Lord. The Borg Collective must have this technology. With it, all time periods can be assimilated, and the Borg will extend to all worlds, all time. All that is will be and always have been Borg. Resistance is futile. Hey, it cracked Data's neck. Fascinating. Data, Doctor, what's happening? My ship is alive, Captain, and it's retreating from the Borg's assault into the one place it can. Commander Data. I only hope he can contain it. So the TARDIS enters into Data and becomes Data. We cannot allow this, says the TARDIS. Crack. Williams, now. So Worf tackles the conduit. Do it. Throws him out into space. Are you all right, Data? Yes, Captain. The TARDIS energy has retreated to its home within the ship. It was remarkable. Not to worry, Captain. Only minor damage to the old girl. I'll have us rendezvous with the Enterprise in no time. Make it so, Doctor. And then, talking about happier times with their old friend. Commander, we should be on our way. Doctor, question. Once you depart, will all traces of your universe incursion here remain? An excellent question, Commander. I'd say my definitive answer is a firm yes and no. With the total destruction of the Cybermen from this universe, all of the changes made to your history in their wake have probably already unwound themselves. I'd wager a look at your computer banks, you'll find no sign of my previous encounter with your predecessor. However, the things we ourselves have experienced, those memories, those are ours to keep, for good and ill. Thank you for your assistance, Doctor and Mr. and Mrs. Williams. Although I hope you won't be offended if I say I hope our paths don't cross again. Nevertheless, I am glad that circumstances arranged for us to meet. On that, Captain, we can heartily agree. Bye. So, Doctor, really, we'll have no problem getting home? Absolutely not, Roy, my boy. This universe wants us gone just as ours wants us back. Oh, it'll be smooth sailing. Just hope what? I just hope we haven't left anything behind. Our consciousness has been restored. Query, how was this achieved? The Time Lord Locutus and Locutus succeeded in defeating those who attempted to assimilate us. Conclusion, with our enemy destroyed, the Time Lord and humanity are once again ripe for assimilation. Query, how is the Time Lord to be assimilated? Resolution, the Borg must investigate and master time travel. The end. Which indicates this happened before, obviously before Star Trek First Contact, because in First Contact, they'd mastered time travel. It almost gives you the explanation of how they mastered time travel. RRTNZ, hello there. Another drive home, another Clobby stream. Nice. Well, thank you, RRTNZ, for the super chat. You were too kind. I'm honored to be with you on your drive home. So let's see here. Honestly, you would think it was the other way around. The Borg would assimilate the Cybermen. I mean, did the Seamen have transwarp conduits? They tricked the Borg, though, is what they did. So yeah. Salty, thank you so much. Thank you. Well, I'm glad you liked it. I thought it was a pretty good story. The art had its issues. I mean, it kind of fit the story and it wasn't a standard comic book art. I'm not critical of it because the guy's a really nice guy who did the art. I met him at a con once, and he was really cool. It's not the best. Alejandro says my local library has the trade paperback of this. Yes, I got you. The Doctor gave the Borg time travel, basically. Yeah, Larry, pretty much. Oh, thank you, Salty T, for the super sticker. You're too kind, my friend. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. So if any of you, am I the only one that's read this comic? If any of you read it, I'm just curious. I mean, we talked about the past few weeks, we've talked about Doctor Who comics since it is Doctor Who month. So I was just wondering. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to, I'm going to be out of town next Monday night. So in Orlando. So I'm not sure I'm going to be able to call in and do the show, but I'm going to try to do the show next Monday night. Maybe the following Wednesday, I probably won't be able to do it, but I may have to cancel that one. But of course, this coming Wednesday is the big one anyway. Chris read it years ago. I got you. Well, I said never saw it. Yeah. IDW has done some good Trek comics and some good Doctor Who comics. Not always, but they've done a few good ones. The Doctor's homeworld is 250 million light years from Earth, in the constellation of Castorbius, rather. Oh, okay, yeah, TNG run, but not this. I hear you. I thought these guys have written some, obviously TNG comics and some TOS comics, and they're pretty good Trek, right? I think they got a grip on Trek pretty well. I mean, I think I read they did season 4, year 4, Star Trek year 4, which was pretty good. I have some of the issues of season 5. I didn't buy it all the way through, but it was pretty good. It had some good stuff, so pretty cool. And I just thought this was, Doctor Who month. I thought we do a lot of Trek here as well, so I thought it would be fun to cover this one a little bit. So Alejandro says, wish that planned sequel Doctor Who DS9 crossover had happened, where it was the 11th Doctor and Clara coming across the Centauran Dominion Alliance at the height of the Dominion War. Was that going to be a comic book, Alejandro, or was it a novel? Don't know if I heard of that one. But it could have been interesting. It could have been very interesting indeedishness. Comic, okay. That could have been cool. Yeah. I guess they just weren't able to do it. Look, I was actually surprised when this got done. There was talk back when Enterprise was on they wanted to do a crossover between Doctor Who and Star Trek and Enterprise, but it didn't happen. So, But I thought they did a pretty good job. It makes me miss even just the better days of Doctor Who, even New Who had faults, but at least I love Matt Smith in the role. Okay, they have an online. They have an outline for it, Alejandro. Well, I'll look for that. Thank you. I don't think I've ever heard of that before. Not that I recall. So that's pretty cool. I like it. I like it a lot. A lot. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. So there you go. Now let's see. We could just do some open stuff while I go through the rest of the show. Anybody have anything they want to talk about comics wise? Doctor Who. It's Monday night. We've already done a lot of Doctor Who here, so it could be any comics question or thing you want to talk about. It doesn't have to be Doctor Who now. We've done Doctor Who comics the past few weeks, so things going on in the comic book world, sort of comic book world related. James Gunn, he cast that guy Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. So again, another Superman movie with Lex Luthor, and he's got a character from the Authority as a villain also. So JJ Kirk, what's up, dude? Oh, I didn't get to see the end of it. Did the Chiefs lose, JT? And I know you'd like to see for seeding, you'd like to see the Eagles lose. So the Eagles beat the Chiefs. I didn't get a chance to pay attention to it. I had it on here to the side, but I didn't get the chance to see the final score. Well, there's still a long way to go, but yeah, you want to get that first seed. Even if you get the second seed, that's pretty damn good, dude. Corona says Babylon 5 would fit in better with Doctor Who. Well, yeah, I would love to see that. Oh, Eagles won. I can't stand the Eagles. Sorry, Courtney. I know you're an Eagles fan. My friend Courtney's it's lovely. She's an Eagles fan. Yeah. I'm not the biggest Chiefs guy, but I would like to see them beat the Eagles. But they've won it. But the Chiefs have won enough, though, man. They've had some Super Bowls and they've had a lot of success. I want to see the Lions go all the way. I mean, obviously, I would want my Saints to go all the way, JT, but they're not good enough, even if they're in first place. Where the Lions look legit in spite of some kind of crazy turnovers the other day against the Bears. But I know we're not supposed to talk sports ball here. Yeah, Red Dwarf and Hitchhiker's Guide. Yeah, well, the doctor did mention that he knew. He did know. Dent Arthur Dent. He met him. His friend Arthur Dent. Nice man. Remember that for the Christmas Invasion? Oh dear, oh dear. Chiefs have a cake schedule the rest of the way, so I wouldn't worry about them being the first seed. Well, the Chiefs, yeah, but he's worried about the Lions getting the first seed. Salty, oh yeah, Marvel Studios will make the Silver Surfer into a woman for the Pedro Pascal-led Fantastic Four reboot, per reports. I saw that one. I did see that one, Salty. First of all, I don't know if that's confirmed yet, but it's very believable because of who we're talking about. You know what I mean? So, even if it's not stuff like that, even if it's not true, it feels true. And it's going to be drivel. And I don't know. I mean, that means, are they going to make Shala Bal the Silver Surfer instead of Norin Rad? Or just say Norin Rad's a chick? Either way, it's moronic. And even if it's not true, how could you ever know? Yeah, it'll probably make Eric K angry. Says, you know what? Yeah, you know why I'm not angry? Because it's not, even if they didn't do that, let's say they didn't make that idiotic choice, which they probably will. I mean, let's be honest. Make the thing into it. Look, yeah. If you think the Pedro casting is bad, which I don't think it's bad, I just don't really care about it much. And I think a lot of people. I mean, I think he's a good actor. I just don't, care much for him. Yeah, Nora Rad, exactly. But if you think that casting is bad, I mean, Pedro could actually probably pull it off. Maybe he's a little bit old for playing old. He's gonna play an older Reed, which is, I guess, okay. Point is, he's not a problem. Even this thing is, they're so far away from making any more MCU movies anyway. But if you at least he looks like a guy that, I mean, that's not like an out, even if you don't like Pedro, that's not an outrageous casting. Whereas when you see the other castings, if they went that way for Reed, which I was half thought they might turn Reed into a chick. When you see Sue and when you see Ben, all three of them are going to be they're going to make the Pedro casting look like a perfect casting. I'm telling you. That's how bad at least two or three of them are going to be. That's in my opinion. All right, Max, be good, buddy. Take care. Have a great night. If Doctor Who crossed over with Red Dwarf, the Doctor would be useless compared to Ace Rimmer. Yes. Smoke me a cuppa. I'll be back for breakfast. Oh, no, you didn't derail at all, Salty. I was looking for something. I'm glad you reminded me of that because I saw it today online. I'm glad you did that. I appreciate you because I forget about this stuff. I'm old and cranky and I forget stuff. So, original FF writers were from She-Hulk since reportedly replaced. Oh, they've been replaced? Well, here's the thing. As we all know here on the channel, for those who don't know, any Fantastic Four movie that is made that doesn't have me in charge is not going to be a Fantastic Four movie anyway. I have to be in charge of all the casting, all of the every bit of the story and everything, and the characters, designs, all of it. Otherwise, it's not legitimate Fantastic Four. That has been bequeathed to me by the great Jack Kirby. Okay, he didn't really do it, but I'm going to pretend that he did. What the hell? Because why the hell not? Oh, boy. Let's see. Norm, let's see. And again, I don't know. And here's the thing about that. I would cast relative unknowns because, I don't watch a lot of modern shit. So I probably don't know who I would pick. If you said, well, who would you pick? I mean, there are a couple of people that I might look at. Oh, that might be. But I don't really have any big, like I think this has got to be the one. It's not that I have anyone like that set in mind right now. Because I don't necessarily, because I don't pay attention to a lot. But there are plenty of people that you could probably find that could be cast well. As lame as and not so great as those two Sony movies from 2005 and 2007 are, the casting is fair to me. I mean, I like Ewan Grofod as Reed. He does a decent job. Michael Chiklis is totally wrong for Ben Grimm. He's good as the Thing. And, of course, what I mean by that is Ben Grimm's not some frumpy 40-year-old dude. He's a big, muscle-bound, like a big man on campus football player, war hero type. He's not, that. Nevertheless, Michael Chiklis is a great actor. He did an okay job when he played the Thing. He just wasn't really the way you should cast him, but these people don't know the comic. Chris Evans was terrific as Johnny Storm. That's why I didn't think he could be a Captain America, and he turned out to prove me wrong, and he did a great job. He was terrific as Johnny Storm. He was perfect. Jessica Alba, she's such a hot, beautiful young lady. I think she did a good job. They didn't give Sue much to do in the film. I think she did a good job, and of course, yes, I'm biased because she's beautiful, but I think she actually did a nice job. She was fine. And yes, like I said, it has to be, yeah, exactly, Larry and Salty. Like we've been saying, a lot of us have been saying this for a while. It needs to be a period piece. I do a whole Marvel retro universe, and I would call it that and make it take place in the frickin' 60s, starting in 1961 with a man, a great scientist, his best buddy war hero, and for some strange reason, his girlfriend and her little brother stealing a spaceship to beat the Ruskies into space, getting it, bombarded by cosmic rays, crash landing and becoming the Fantastic freaking Four. And in that story, you should have sort of an episodic middle after you tell the origin relatively briefly. And you start with the Mole Man, and then you start with the Mole Man, you continue adapting in bits and pieces in almost an episodic fashion, setting up the Mole Man because he's the first issue of FF. Issue 2 was Skrulls. I would have the Skrulls, and that would end with a big epic battle with the reemergence of the Submariner, like in Fantastic Four number 4. And at the end, that would tease the beginning of Fantastic Four, like number 5, which had Doctor Doom in it. I would tease Doctor Doom for the next one. That's how you make a Fantastic Four movie. You make it look just like the comic. Yes, you could do a few different things inside the framework I just laid out, but that's the framework that would make a great retro Fantastic Four movie, and you be very faithful to the source material, and you make it look just like it, and you tell that origin. It could be an origin at first that tells a couple of their adventures. They're established by the end of the film, and they will have already met the Mole Man, the Skrulls, and ended up with a battle with the Submariner, and then the next movie we're going to get Doctor Doom. That's the way a Fantastic Four movie should be done. That's the way I would do it, and I think it could be really great. Who's with me? Yeah, I don't want to put you. Miracle Man can make a slight appearance. I know he was in issue number 3D, but I kind of skipped over him a little bit. FF1 is the origin, and then it's the Mold Man. 2 is the Skrulls. 3 is the Miracle Man character. You could put some of that stuff in there, and then 4 is that epic battle bringing the Submariner back. How freaking cool would that be? And then, as we all know, issue 5 is Doctor Doom. But the end of the movie, you tease that for the next one. You could have Doom pop up at the end there. I'm not saying you slavishly adapt those stories in their entirety. You do, but you do those basic stories, and you do certain things with them. Yeah, I mean, that's the way it should be. J.T. Kirk, you could have a non-speaking or even a speaking role in the film. Absolutely. You're in, buddy. You're in. Not Namor, not no more, or not more. The damn Namor, the freaking Submariner. And I can see that scene. Johnny's all pissed off and all bummed out down at the docks, and he finds this old man, and he burns his beard off with his finger. And like issue number 4, the Fantastic Four, and he finds out it is Submariner. Weird question says Alejandro. Is there such a thing as too much Who? Like, how much Doctor Who can you watch before you have to switch it off and watch something else? It's not a weird question, I guess. I mean, it depends on. I've loved the show for 41 years. I mean, so if I get in a Who mood, I can watch over and over a whole bunch of them. So I don't know if there's a cutoff point, but maybe there is, and I just don't really realize it. I can watch my favorite episodes. I think now I've seen them so many times that I'll maybe pop in an episode one night, then the next night maybe another one, and maybe do that for like a week or two or something. I'm doing it this week because it's the anniversary. Watch a few Doctors, episodes here and there amongst other stuff, and then sure I'll maybe I'll get in the Star Trek mood and I'll go watch some Treks and do that, or watch a movie. I don't watch a lot of movies, or watch some other stuff here and there. But I don't know. That's a good question. I can't tell you, but I can watch a bunch of stories in a row. I mean, I can watch a bunch of Tom Bakers. I can go jump all over the place. I can watch me a Tom Baker, and I can watch me a Peter Davison and a Sylvester McCoy one and a John Pertwee after that, and all over the place. Agreed, Larry. Doctor Who stories and the actors make it infinitely watchable. Yep, infinitely. 1 second of the chibi trash episodes is all I can handle, says Gwagnar, and I'm right there on the same page with you, my friend. Absolutely. Let's see. So, okay. All right, Chris, thank you. Have a great night, buddy. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. I really do appreciate it, brother. I hope to see you soon. I'll be back on, of course, Wednesday night, man, for counting down my Doctor Who favorites, top 25 favorite episodes. I'm going to get in trouble. I can see it now. I think I'm going to be in trouble counting those episodes down because I already know a couple that are placed to a point where people aren't going to like where I have them. I think Alejandro said, I think I watched too much Trek during my elementary and high school years to the point when I think I fizzled out myself. Oh, well, it happens. I guess it happens. I mean, I fizzled out on stuff at some point, but I always end up rekindling it if it's something I love, I guess I don't know if I fizzled out much on some stuff I can watch. Maybe I watch other things and go back to them. So I don't know if I fizzled or not. I don't know if that's a good way to look at it for me or not, but I certainly see what you're saying. Dave C. says, how much value do you put for older comics like Batman 227 that have a lower slabbed grade but with a signature by Adams? Will you take a higher grade with the signature? If I were looking for something like that, you mean I've never really buy slab comics. Let's see. How much value do you put for older comics like Batman that have a lower slabbed grade but with a signature by Neil Adams? Will you take a higher grade without the signature? Good question. I think I would probably take, for me, since I'm not, a lot of collectors will tell you they want both. They want to have one that's higher grade, and then they would also, because if they're a true collector, they might want to have an additional one, so they might want both. So a lot of collectors, I think, would probably want to do that. If it were me, I would be me. Like if I had the funds and I were in the market for a 227, which is a very early issue, I would probably want, because it is Adams. I don't know. I think I want both of them. But if I had to get one of the two, I'd probably go for the higher grade one. Because it would last longer, it would survive longer. But that's one of my favorite, if I'm thinking of the issue you're talking about, that's got to be pretty expensive. That's one of my favorite Batman covers of all time. And to have Neil Adams sign it, that's pretty damn good, though. But I don't have any slabs myself. I'm not knocking people. I have friends who buy slabs. I just don't. Larry has no slabs either. Yeah. But not knocking people who buy the slabs, For me, part of the value of the signature is the meeting of the person when you get it. That's another thing. Thank you, Gwag. If I didn't get the autograph myself, I'll just go ahead and get the better copy. That is a good point. Because even though you might totally believe that it's authentic, I don't know. It's still just like I don't have a lot of signed comics personally, but of course, my most valued comic ever is my Fantastic Four #1 that I had personally signed by Jack Kirby. I had him sign it for me. And that's the most precious comic I have for that reason, not just because it's an F-51. But it's like Wagner says, because I got it signed by him, it means more to me. I recently started reading an IDW Scarface comic online from, I think, 2007, where it's set in an alternate timeline where Tony Montana survived his Manson shootout and sought revenge on Sosa. Wow. I'd never heard of that one. Crazy. Yes, that is correct. It is the demon of Gothos Mansion. That's one of the greatest of Neil Adams covers. And one of my all-time favorite comic book covers, period, by the way. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm thinking of the right issue because 227 is just amazing. Yep. You never know if a signature is real unless you actually see the artist sign it. That's true. But let's say, just for sake of argument, it was someone you trusted said, look, I went and got this signed, but it had the slab, and you trusted them. You had no doubt it was real. And it was authenticated by, CGC's not going to, they have pretty good ways of telling if somebody signed something. I don't know if it's flawless or foolproof or flawless, but I'd still say, yeah, I'd just rather have, I didn't get it signed myself. So if I can pay a little more and get a better high quality, if I were someone who buys slab stuff. I don't even have my FF51 slab. Slabbing's expensive anyway. Jesus. Again, not knocking. It was a 5-issue miniseries, was it? Wow, weird. Could not be reached. Said, didn't the Scarface video game have the same plot? Did it? I don't. So there was a Scarface. There was a Scarface video game. Interesting. Oh my. Well. There you go. I did not know that. Wow, that is wild, weird stuff. JT Kirk says, I saw a signed Jerry Ryan, picture maybe from an episode of Warehouse 13 for $350 last weekend. I had no idea she was on the show. I need to go find it. I binge watched Warehouse 13 very earlier this year for the first time, and I really enjoyed it. But I don't remember Jerry Ryan being on there. But that doesn't mean anything. She probably maybe she was on one episode. I think a few Trek people were. I know for a fact Renee Auberginois was on there a few times, and so maybe some other Trek people were on there, but I don't specifically remember Jerry Ryan being on there. But that doesn't mean anything. It's been since I don't know, back in January or February that I binged it. I enjoyed Warehouse 13 a good bit. It's pretty cool. It's a good show, I think. What do I know? So does anybody have any big plans for the Doctor Who anniversary? We're Doctor Who fans. We got nothing. I mean, it's on the actual anniversary day is Thanksgiving Day here in the States, of course. Frakes directed a few episodes. Alejandro said, I think. Yeah, well, that makes he directs a lot of things. But what do you do for that? Are you going to celebrate that Doctor Who by watching real Doctor Who all day? I got to admit it's Thanksgiving, so I'll be watching football. But I mean, I'll watch those dumb specials this weekend. Maybe I don't know if I will or not. Could not be reached says. I have one slab, but prefer to have comics I can read and enjoy. They're more valuable to me that way. Absolutely. Yeah, Jerry Ryan did a lot of shows after Voyager. She would be dressed differently and different hair. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sure I saw it if it was one. Alejandro says, I'm watching the 5 Doctors Thursday and the Day of the Doctor on Friday. That's great stuff. I love the 3 Doctors, the 5 Doctors, and the Day of the Doctor. I love those. In fact, I might do you know what? I might piggyback on you. I might watch, I think maybe tomorrow or something. I might watch the 3 Doctors, then watch the 5 Doctors, and then watch the Day of the Doctor before the day, to celebrate. Could not be reached says, I am doing a big Doctor Who art project, but not sure I'll have it done in time. Other than that, just watching Classic Who for inspiration. That's a good idea. It's a great show. Actually, I do love the 2 Doctors. I thought I was getting, come and think of it, I'll throw that one in there. Yep. Good point, Alejandro. I should have thought about it because I know there are a lot of people that don't like Colin Baker's first season and they don't like the 2 Doctors. I mean, what's not to like? It has Servalan in it. I mean, it has Jacqueline Pierce in it. But I love the 2 Doctors. It's weird but fun. You know, the 2 Doctors was originally supposed to be filmed in New Orleans, Louisiana. They were all set, and then the budget cutbacks to BBC. And ended up going to Seville to do it. RRTNZ says, my wife liked Warehouse 13. I've always liked Sal Rubinek. He's a great actor for sure. As an actor, memorable in every role, especially TNG. My plan for the Doctor Who anniversary is to ignore it and retain my fond memories. That's a fair cop for sure, RRTNZ. The 2 Doctors was a highlight of Colin Baker's run. Troughton is always magic. Yes, even though, of course, that was sort of a real breakup of continuity. Oh, Alejandro, that's another one I love. Remembrance of the Daleks and Silver Nemesis were 2 shows, the 25th anniversary specials. I adore both of those episodes. I'm a big big Sylvester McCoy and Sophie Aldred fan. I love Ace. So that's great stuff. Good. There you go. And then let's see. Top it off with big finishes, the Four Doctors. Yeah, I've never heard that one. I want to hear that. Deba March said I met Patrick Troughton when he was promoting the Two Doctors. Wow. No kidding. Wow, that's greatness, man. Big idea. I think our past is catching up with us. Or maybe it's our future. Come on, run. Yes. But that doctor in the Two Doctors was, of course, running around with an older Jamie. But so there have been fans who worked out a reason for it to explain how he could be running around with Jamie and have grayer hair in the TARDIS, and that somehow he was taken out of time. That's a lame excuse. And sent on some missions for the Celestial Intervention Agency. But still, it's a fun episode. And I wish they had done more like that. Poor old Patrick Troughton, great doctor. Oh dear. We could be playing the game of Rassilon at this very moment. Your tone doesn't inspire much confidence, Doctor. I gather we are not expected to win. Yeah. There's also Dimensions in Time. Yep. 30th anniversary special, Scream of the Shacklot. Yep. I remember that 40th. Now, and then the Curse of the Fatal Death was a Children in Need, but that's a fun one. Now, is Dimensions in Time even available? I mean, maybe it might be on YouTube, but it's never been legally released because it was made for Children in Need thingy. And it was weird. It wasn't really that great, but it was fun watching all those doctors anyway. Yeah, it would have been great if they brought back Victoria. Although they mentioned at the beginning of the episode why she, we'll get back to her, but why she wants to discover graphology, I don't know. So it really takes place between Victoria and Zoe, I guess. Which means the Time Lords, which doesn't make a lot of sense also, because in the War Games, he'd been, he was so running from the Time Lords, he had no contact with them. And this, he was working for the Time Lords, or, doing their bidding for this price I pay for my freedom, as he said. But I said that said, hey, it's still a great episode. It's a lot of fun. They take too long to get 2 and 6 together, though. But it's got a lot of cool minutes. Dimensions Times might be on the season 26 Blu-ray. Huh? Oh, really? 26. That's I think that's the last season. Of course, that's the and that's I haven't got that one yet. I want to get those McCoy episodes so bad. Some of the Blu-rays are pretty cheap right now, but I can't really afford them anyway. But they're still going down pretty cheap. One day, so I'd like to get them all, and then each one comes out. Know what I mean? Screen bean. Anyway. What the hell? So anybody else got anything about Doctor Who? We're going to start moseying on out here in a few minutes. Getting a move on in a few minutes, yeah? Any more comic stuff going on? Oh, look who's here.
Oh, I interrupted you ending the show. Sorry. Hello, everyone.
Pretty close, but what's up?
Oh, not much. Usual. Pretty good sports ball game tonight, if anyone was watching. Hopefully they
I glanced at it while I was doing
it.
Yeah, I glanced at it a little bit. JT's not happy because he needed, and rightfully so, he needed the NFC team to lose, and they didn't.
Yep.
He wants the Lions to get that 1 seed.
You want the 1 seed, yeah.
I want the Lions and the Browns to be in the Super Bowl. Would that be the most insane thing ever? In a good way.
Pretty, yeah, no, I mean,
but the Browns don't have a quarterback.
When was the last time the Browns were in the
never?
In the
Lions or Browns have never been in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Two teams that have never been in. Well, yeah, they both had championships, but not in the Super Bowl era. Bro,
yeah.
Hi, Brogu from my old
Hey,
hometown. What's
Brogu.
up, buddy? Yeah.
Who was the lefty quarterback for the Browns years ago? That was
Lefty?
yeah, lefty quarterback. Oh, what was this? Oh, Dave Kosar? Bernie Kosar.
Bernie Kosar was right-handed, though.
He was right-handed?
No, but he
Why
was
am I
a great
thinking he was
quarterback. Yeah.
left-handed? What the heck
I don't
do
know, because he was awkward and weird. He stood funny and was crooked, but I loved Kosar.
Yeah.
There weren't too many left-handed quarterbacks in NFL history. I mean, over the course of NFL history, there's a short
Boomer Esiason.
There's such a short list of them that when the NFL Network did their top 10 NFL left-handed quarterbacks, they did one of the slots was all the rest. They put there's so many. There have been a few great ones. Only two have ever won Super Bowls, and that's of course Stabler and Young. But
Yep. My hometown guy. Yep.
That's right. There you go.
Yep.
Maybe a lefty Bengal.
New guys that played with him. Yep.
Yeah, a lefty Bengal. Yeah, there was one.
Boomer.
Yeah.
Don't boomer that.
Boomer was I boomered it. Yeah, Boomer was good. He was on the list high.
And the Bungles probably should have won that Super Bowl against the Niners, right?
Well, not against Montana.
Yeah. Well,
but they sure should have won it against the Crams.
Well, as my mom, she said, "What's Barry Manilow doing playing quarterback?"
Wow. Well, turned out he was a good singer and a good quarterback. What can you do?
Yeah, she's like, they're introducing the quarterback. She's like, I didn't know Barry Manilow played football too.
Yeah, well, he was a versatile cat, that Barry Manilow. Does Barry Manilow know you raid his wardrobe?
Yeah.
You know what that's from?
Nope.
Yeah, The Breakfast Club. Come on, man.
Oh, Breakfast Club.
Shin kicks.
That's old stuff. That's old. That's
a great movie. Oh.
I know, it's great. Yeah,
that's what Judd Nelson asked. Yeah, Judd Nelson asked. He said, "Show Dick some respect." Yeah. I don't know if I've told you this, but the Blu-rays of Pertwee's 4th season and Davison's 1st are on my Christmas wish list ATM at the moment. Not sure whether it's just get 1 or 2 seasons. I've got Davison's 1st season. I managed to get a cheap deal on that back when it came out. Because some of them are pretty cheap right now. I mean, it's not that I can afford them, but they have gone
Amazon,
down.
Or are they everywhere? Yeah. Or are they just through the BBC?
These DVD sets. We were talking about that before. There are 12 of them so far of the seasons.
They ain't cheap, weren't they? Like $80 at
usually, but like I said, a lot of them are like $36 now. That's cheap for one of these. They got a bunch of them for $36.
Does it matter how many episodes are on them? I mean, because some of the seasons are kind of
no, they're all the same, but they're loaded with they're full seasons and they're loaded.
Yeah, and they have all the extras on them, right?
Although some of the seasons only have 4 episodes, before like multi-part stories.
Yeah,
yeah, they're under 40 on Amazon, which is pretty good, But let's see, and let's see, Pertwee's 4th season. Yeah, that's not out. Is that out yet? I have his 3rd season, which has the 3 Doctors.
Yes, I'm looking at the Amazons right now. So, like Tom Baker 1st season Blu-ray, $35.
I think I have that one and his last. Yeah. I think. How much?
Pertwee, $35.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, it's a good price for that.
Yeah, Pertwee.
Yeah, all of them are on sale on Amazon. I wonder what this is going to be. Yeah, but I'm going to wait till Black Friday and see if any of them go down.
See if anything drops, right? Yeah.
That's when you look, Black Friday, folks. Get up early and go look at the Amazon and some of the other ones. You never know, kind of crazy. I mean, maybe not, but if that, maybe even eBay, are some of the crazy ass deals. All of David Tennant was $25, said Larry. Well, that's pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't spend that because I would rather spend mine on the classic seasons, but that's a good price.
And then I guess they're selling some of the animated stuff, reanimated episodes of Doctor Who, The Underwater Menace.
Individual, yeah, I want that one.
But that's serious.
$25.
$25 for just one series.
Yeah, but it is restored though, and that's pretty. I mean, it's not a terrible price considering it's just I don't even think it's a Blu-ray, is it?
It says Blu-ray. Yeah,
it's a Bluray. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that's a bad price. I'm just saying again, it's still a lot of money right now, but still.
Yeah, and it's just
cool
one.
Though.
Yeah, so it looks like
it is just
I haven't
one.
been paying attention. Yeah, they're releasing the restorations, I guess. Yeah, so Galaxy 4 is only $16.
And the thing is, eventually you want to see that whole season done. So if you buy that initial, and they eventually do that whole season, although a lot of them are missing, they're restoring them. I don't know.
Yeah. And what are they doing? They're using the audio, right? That they have, I guess.
Yep, according to what I've heard, all the audio has been salvaged.
Yeah. They've got the audio, yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's great that they're doing it. I wish they get them all done. But yeah, could you imagine someday if they try to use CGI? I like the animated better, but yeah, I can only imagine we're, say 50 years in the future, we'll knock on wood, we won't be here. But could you imagine, the tech? Then they could just have virtual actors with the voices. Not that I want to see that, but wouldn't surprise me if they.
I hear you,
did
Alejandro.
that.
Yeah, and I see what Alejandro's saying. I agree with that. That's kind of your. But is there enough? I mean, how long will it be before they finally reconstruct enough episodes to fill a whole Patrick Troughton season?
Yeah.
And at Wagner, I kind of agree with that. I wish they used better animation. I went to the theater to see Power of the Daleks restored. First Troughton story years ago when it came out. And it was kind of cool to see it at the theater, but it wasn't that great of an episode, to be honest. And
it was just a fun event. Yeah.
It was fun, but like I said, it was kind of I don't know. It was real tough. It's such a shame that you will never see for real his first, even this kind of, although it was kind of weird, his first appearance as the Doctor, which was really it sounds strange, but you can't tell much by the animated version of it, but still, it's better than nothing. I mean, Celestial Toymaker and the Feast of Stephen, I fear, would be censored due to problematic dialogue. Could be.
Yep.
Could be.
Not too unusual for that to happen.
No, sir.
Yeah.
So what you got going on?
Oh, not much. Just the usual. I was out at some meetings tonight, and then got some work done at my mom's house, and I've been installing some floodlights before it got too cold up here. So I want to make sure she's good for the winter. Yep. And
there you go.
And I got a bunch of Archie comics that someone gave me.
Oh yeah, you want to show some comics?
I could show some. Yeah,
if you feel like it. I mean,
yeah.
Did you get any new comics?
Oh, I did get new comics too. Yeah, where are my new comics?
Well, hey, as for Goldstein, old Goldstein, good to see you, my friend. Shalom. I hope you are well, sir.
Let me see where the new ones are. When you get to organizing,
they have all
comics,
the Troughton's final season except for the Space Pirates and the 2 episodes of the Invasion. They've animated. Yeah, I mean, the Invasion, at least they animated those. I remember I bought the VHS of that way back when. It was a big 2-tape set, and they had Nicholas Courtney quote unquote linking him, telling what happened, giving like a recap of what happened in those 2 missing episodes. I think it was episodes 2 and 4 missing, and that's an 8-part story. Yeah, that's a great one. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's just it's fantastic that they can do this with Doctor Who. I mean,
yeah,
could you imagine if we're missing some Star Trek episodes and all of a sudden it came out? Oh, we've got a new Star Trek episode. City on the Edge of Forever has been found. We're lucky that we've got everything. Of course, Doctor Who is unusual, being such an old show that ran for so many years.
Oh, 1 and 4. Okay, thanks, D-Bud. Sorry. But yeah, I love that episode. I love the Invasion. That's a great story. That scene, I can imagine how scary that was for kids. The scene, in fact, it's so surreal in black and white with the Cybermen walking through London. Have you ever seen that scene? Any pictures of that scene in Invasion? Whatever part that was, where the Cybermen. They did a good job. It looked like they were really invading London. It was pretty cool. It's classic.
Well, especially when you think of it's only 10 years out thereabouts from the big war. So, which some people thought that might be an actual, God forbid, something that would actually could potentially happen. So,
well, it was 1969.
Well, 20 years. Okay, 69. All right, but still, it's something that I can imagine where it hits home. That generation, they're not that far out of World War II, where That's got to be pretty darn scary. Let's see. I'm just cleaning up my desk so I can show some comics here. No laughing. That's okay. You can laugh. Yep.
Wait, how many you got? Like 50 of them?
Well, I won't show that many. I'll just show a few of the arches. I'll show the new ones, and then we can show the. I'll show some of the arches. It's too many. It's a whole. How many comics in a short box do you think?
100 something.
Yeah,
I mean, depends
so
on if they're.
yeah, so it's probably that's a good guess. Yeah, because makes sense about 100. About 100 Archie comics.
Because
from
I mean,
the
I
70s.
think long boxes were like a little over 300 something, right?
Yeah, so that makes
More or less, something give or take.
Yeah.
I don't know. Ballpark, wild guess.
Ah, that's a good guess. Very good guess. We'll start with the new junk.
Okay,
Not that many new comics.
that's fair enough. Yes, folks, this guy buys new comics, and I like to tease him about it. I can't tease J-Man about it because he just laughs at me. Both of them.
Well, we both laugh. We both know you're right.
No, you don't. You might. No, you don't really. But you're saying that to be. You're saying that. But J-Man, I think he thinks it's okay to buy new comics. I just don't know what to do with that boy. Nah, we love J-Man. J-Man is.
What we gonna do with J-Man?
J-Man rocks and rules. And had a
He's
lot of fun with him tonight.
monetized now too, which is good.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell him that tonight. We hung out and I forgot. But yeah, congrats to him, big time.
Which is great.
Ezra says, Clobby, Mark, what is your opinion of RTD reworking Davros? You talked about this earlier, Ezra. I hate it. I think he's a total idiot, moron, and he's a despicable creep, in my opinion. Not just for that, but acting so cavalier about it, and the way he's treated fans and talked about fans, calling them all kind of names and stuff. He's a bag of crap. So I can't stand him. And he could screw. He could go screw.
I would say go, and also go listen to the first hour, I guess, of Sunday Night Geekery, where we talk about that in depth. I mean, that's a pretty good synopsis of your.
Yeah, if you go to Mark's channel for last night's Sunday Night Geekery, if you want to hear, we talked about it in depth, Ezra, about it. Yeah, we have some pretty strong feelings about it. It sucks.
And I broke down his statement, sentence by sentence, and I thought it was appalling to me too. And of course, then the way that he acted towards the fans, instead of saying, okay, well, you have a different opinion, to attack fans. I mean, to change a character that much is, I just don't, well, I do get it, but I just don't get it. I mean, it's just ridiculous when, basically there was no problem with Davros, right? It's not like one of those characters where, all right, well, Disney said, a lot of people said Song of the South is problematic. Right? We're not getting into that, but at least I can understand, the other side saying the portrayals in that movie, could be considered, today you just want to do that, but maybe, but still don't think the movie should be, blacklisted or not be able to be viewed by anyone. But that's another whole discussion. But yeah, to take something like Davros, where he's, no one ever mentioned to me, news to me, that was a problem.
It's so stupid. Yeah, I don't want to go over it again like we did last night.
Yeah.
Suffice to say, it's drivel. It's idiotic, and nobody. The only person offended by it is the idiot RTD who was offended for somebody. And there's nothing worse than a jackass who's offended for people, for someone else. Yeah, it's just so stupid. This cover looks like drivelly poo-poo.
It's actually pretty good relative to other modern covers.
I don't know.
It's too dark. No. I'm joking, but yeah.
That's right. Davros is a Khaled, and he has an entire established family on Scotto. There's a rumor that they have found a couple episodes of the Dalek Master Plan. I've heard something like that, Gwag. But the person is afraid to give them back because they are worried of being prosecuted for owning stolen items. Oh, no. That sucks. So
I've read a story, too, that one of the cons, like a guy had some episodes and he was supposed to meet and view them and maybe trade them. And he wanted, that he got one episode, but another episode he just kept. So, yeah, We could end up with more episodes down the road, maybe.
Damn. Wow, that looks silly.
We got Darth Vader.
Yeah, that's
Number
pretty silly.
40.
Dark droids.
Yeah,
Okay, dark droids.
it's all right. It's not great. It's not great.
Yeah, you don't read it, you just buy it, right?
Yeah.
Read it.
Now this one
Wow.
I think is great. This is good. I love
What
this.
the hell? Oh man, if Disney had
What
been
if
so-
Mickey and friends went to Battle World? 100 Years of Wonder.
Wow.
I loved it. I loved it, the Disney characters in this style of animation.
Marvel
Look at
Superheroes
that.
Secret Wars.
Goofy as or is that Pluto? Is that Pluto or is Goofy? No, that's Pluto. Pluto is the Hulk. Goofy is Spider-Man. Is that
Donald
Mickey
is Cyclops and Daisy is Wolverine.
Yeah, or that's yeah. I guess that's is that Daisy is? I guess
Yeah, it's,
Wolverine.
look at the look
Oh,
at her
they
hair.
they swapped her. Yeah. Oh, and Minnie is Iron Man.
Wolverine's a chick. Minnie's Iron Man.
I didn't even notice that.
Mickey's cap. Jesus.
Well, I like Mickey's cap.
200
This is one of
episodes
those-
have been found, and one of them is a Dalek episode. Cool.
Nice.
Oh well. What a
I
cover.
can't show any dialects anymore though. 'Cause,
Huh?
dialects, you can't show that anymore either, right? Because aren't they creatures that are using mobility devices? So
You
can't
should
have
be able to
that.
show Daleks. Just show the little
No.
green globs inside of them. so they
Globs
don't-
inside. Yeah.
But then they're going to be. That's cruel. That's a bad stereotyping of green blobs. So, you want to offend the green blobs now?
Yeah.
All right, this is. I know it's a funny cover. I get it. But if
Yeah.
I didn't hate Disney so much anyway, if I didn't hate Disney's guts, I might find it amusing. But
Yeah, well, I don't. I think of the old Disney when I think of something like this,
nah, right.
But I don't know if this is what issue number this
Hey,
is.
Oliver
Greg?
Belamonte. What's
No,
that? I don't know what issue number is it. Number 100.
It says 100, but I don't know if
That's the 100th anniversary.
Yeah, so
It's a variant cover, so I don't know what issue of. Was there a Secret Wars
Yeah.
going on right now?
yeah,
what
let
is
me
it?
see
What
here.
comic is
Let's
it?
see what it is.
There's a Secret Wars
So
comic
what
right
if-
now, a new one.
What if Mickey and friends went to battle
Oh,
with
this is
Amazing
Amazing
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
Yeah, so it's Spidey Man. Yep.
What's the front cover look like?
Do they have the?
Oh shit.
I got you to swear.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's a Spider-Man. It's Spidey Man.
So that's a Spider-Man issue, but they put a Secret Wars jokey
Yeah,
cover
yeah,
on
it's a
it. I got
jokey
you.
cover on it. Yeah.
Oliver says James Gunn has found his Lex Luthor legacy as Nicholas Holt. I saw that. This is a weird casting. Holt, whatever. Nabs the role to play Superman's #1 arch nemesis. I thought they were going to make that chick from the Authority, the engineer, the baddie, which is stupid, but yeah. And Alejandro says, I'm of the belief that Doctor Who has been shown here in the U.S. during the 60s, or had it been rather. There's a good chance that we'd find all the missing episodes here in America due to the lack of junking policy. True. That's true. Although there were a lot of Johnny Carson episodes burned in a fire, and a lot of those. I mean, they've lost episodes of some American shows too. A lot of them.
Yep.
Not just burned up. I think they had some people threw a lot of them out. I like Nick Holt, says RRT and Zed. Met him, very nice and very tall. He has a surprising range. I think he can do a decent Luthor. I mean, he's a pretty good actor. My concern is the stupid engineer from Authority. Authority doesn't belong anywhere near Superman. At least not in the first freaking movie. I mean, and R&B, if you don't, just go screw for getting all mad at us, because he got mad at anyone in his timeline that said that it's dumb and that they should use Brainiac. He got all over us. I'm told that a friend told him that he got on, went after all of us who commented in his stream the other day, and in his tweet the other day. Anyway.
Oh yeah, well, people should be able to have their opinions.
I know. I'm told R&B yelled at us. But
Yeah,
I like R&B. By the way, I'm just saying he's very.
I like him a lot too, but sometimes he can get a little emotional. But that's what makes him interesting too. I like this covered original X-Men #1. I don't know if it's going to be any good, but yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
I don't know.
And this is Spider-Man 37. Is what this issue is. So I think that's fun.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah.
All right, this is not good. Batman 130.
It's all right.
I mean,
cover, but it's a great.
It doesn't say buy me. At least
No, it
this
doesn't.
cover. If I saw this this is a retro cover. If you see this on the newsstand, you're gonna say, "Oh, what's that?" I'm gonna grab that.
Yeah, but
maybe.
it doesn't even have the real title of the comic. It's a Spider-Man comic
Yeah.
with a Secret Wars joke cover. But I can hear you. I hear you.
Yeah.
Now that's a
Rocketeers
nice
and the
cover.
Thief. That's good, right?
Again, considering it's not Dave Stevens, they do a nice Dave Stevens,
Homage.
homage, if you will.
Homage.
So it looks pretty cool. Oh, wait a minute. They have to redesign the Rocketeers jacket. Screw them. Let me see.
That's a little different there.
Yeah. I know engineers and artists, they love to change
Yeah,
things.
you like to put your own spin on things. I know.
Spin this. Shouldn't spin. Again, this is an okay cover.
Yep.
I guess.
If whoever holds this hammer, if they
may possess the power of Thor.
So they
God
changed
of
it to
thunder.
they.
What?
If he
No.
be worthy,
Did they?
it's they. Yeah, that's what
Whoever
I was
holds
trying to see
this
if you get.
that nor shall possess the power. Wait, worthy shall power. Oh, they, you pieces of trash. I would burn that cover.
I know you would.
Burn it. No,
Yeah,
I
I
don't mean
noticed
John
that.
burn it either.
Let me check my.
It's he.
Let me check my hammer. I haven't banged it on the
I'm
ground.
pretty sure
yet
it says
lately.
he, buddy. He. Let's see. Let me answer some stuff in here while you're doing that. Somebody X'd it. Somebody put an X on it. No, I'm just kidding. He be worthy. Screw their scrotes. Totally agree that the engineer is utterly wrong for the Superman film, says RRTNZ said. The authority is antithetical to Superman's worldview, unless it's a special occasion like Superman versus the Elite, which was a good animated film, and the comic they did before it. It needs to be Brainiac, Luthor, or classic Superman. Any classics, any Superman villain will do. Well, not any, but they've never had Brainiac yet. What's wrong with that? R, M, and B. I heard no radio. What?
I dropped Thor's hammer, but I didn't turn it to Thor. Damn it! It never works. I guess I'm not worthy.
Larry said, I heard an old radio show from 1940. Fred Allen briefly talked with Jerry Siegel about Superman. Siegel was promoting the new Superman comic. Whoa. Nice. Mark Waid is the worst Rocketeer writer, according to Razor Fist. Is Wade writing that?
Let me see. No, I didn't think it was Wade.
Oh.
Stephen Money, David Messina.
Oh. Well, Wade did write some, but it's been a while.
Yeah.
And I can believe it, even though I've liked some things Wade has done. Wade's a tool, and I can believe that he couldn't write Rocketeer. He needs to stick with superheroes, probably. And he's written some good stuff. He's also a hack and a weed whacker. Hey, they're bagged and boarded.
Yeah, they look a lot better back more. Now this one,
it's a madhouse.
It's very toxic. Your Highness, you promised me a huge ruby if I slew the dragon. Here, you can have my daughter Ruby.
Whoa! I like it.
That's canceled. I was showing
Looks like
that.
this is from like the late 70s.
Yeah, I'm very upset at this cover. As a dimensionally challenged person, I think this comic should be canceled and burned.
I'm offended.
Betty got 9 rebounds tonight. Make that 10. I just get Archie on the rebound from Ronnie.
In the 70s. Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of these are reprints.
Betty.
Hey, it's Courtney.
Hey, Courtney. I mean, these are. I wish I had $1 billion. I wish I had $1 trillion. I wish I had 85 cents for a burger. This issue got trashed. Unfortunately. But I mean, these are innocent, fun comics for kids, and most of them are worthless.
I got to admit, I saw them on the racks, and I just didn't even touch them. But
you probably.
When I was a kid, I wanted superheroes. That's some
you
early
want superheroes.
My dad, and then my dad, who wasn't a comic guy, but when he was a kid, they all bought comics as a kid at some point. He'd always say, "What about you should read?" I liked Archie as a kid. Hey, Matthew Pounder, good to see you, buddy. He'd say something like, and you try me to. I don't. It wasn't like trying to get me to read Archie, but he was saying that he read Archie. Why don't you ever read Archie comics? I'd always. And he didn't talk that much about him. I said, well, Archie's a sissy. I want Batman, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I just
look at
I
this playing video games. Pong. Like,
I wa-
yeah, no, I
Now
agree
I
with
watched Archie on the Saturday morning cartoon back then, though, which they had not only Archie, but they had the Groovy Ghoulies. So we love them.
you. Look at
Remember
this.
Groovy
Oh, that
Ghoulies?
I
Woo,
don't think I
chicks.
remember really. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
the
maybe
Groovy
by
Ghoulies.
that. Yeah. But look at
Woo.
that swooning. Here's
Oh
one without
my.
the cover. I'm not gonna
I
get that
love
graded.
coverless comics. Cool.
Yep. Topless.
That,
Yep.
I mean, look,
Rick-
they had gigantic print run and sales at this point.
Yeah.
These comics, they did very well. Just because a couple of dopes like me were turning our nose up at them doesn't mean anything. They were very popular.
Coach,
And
what can I do to help us win? You can play for the team, Archie.
the thing is, they were making out like bandits because Archie. A lot of this was reprint stuff. I mean, they just
Oh,
kept
they were just
reprinting stuff
reprinting.
over and
Yeah,
over.
reprinting.
Yeah,
So
over
it
and over
didn't
and over
cost
again.
anything. Yeah.
Well, because I mean, they've been doing it since the 40s. I mean, not all of it, but a lot of it was.
Yeah.
There's a great band called the Groovy Ghoulies, says Courtney. Well, really, that's based on an old cartoon called the Groovy Ghoulies. It was an Archie Comics thing, and it was used to be on the Archie cartoon. It was already from back then, the Saturday morning cartoons.
I bought you orchids for your birthday. Oh wow,
anti-nazi-
but you have to plant them for
Sabrina.
yourself.
Wow,
Oh, sorry.
another coverless.
Yeah. I couldn't throw it out. I'm like
Betty
"Oh,
and
throw it out."
Veronica. So who gave you this again?
My wife's friend at work said, "I don't think they're worth, and they're really not worth anything. Except one of them actually clocked in at $160,
What
but it
issue?
was
Oh, really? What issue of Pep is that, by the way?
I'm gonna go back one. I guess let's see.
I was curious of the numbering.
Oh, on this one, on the
Of
coverless
Pep.
one, or,
No, Pep. You had an issue of Pep because there's,
I mean, look.
yes, because Matthew, that's right. The Shield first appeared in Pep Comics #1, wasn't it, or whatever it was. He's the first patriotic hero. He predates Captain America, and so I was wondering what issue that is. But don't worry about it. It's no big deal.
Yeah. Let's see. I'll find it after, right? But yeah, and they also had Meet Bingo.
That Wilkin boy.
That's you got to look it up as that Wilkin boy. Yeah. But see, there's writing on these, like the person who had, they wrote all over these, comics. And one of them I found was so far going through them was 160
Probably
bucks, but it
Meet
was
Bingo.
trashed.
Oh, no, it probably is. It's probably.
I'll show you the one. I'll show you the comic. Yeah, it's a Life with Archie. Of course, they
Yeah.
came back. Paul
Which
Kurt
one?
came back right in that.
So yeah, some of these are worth something. Yeah, I mean, they weren't all reprints either. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean, they're $10, $5, and a lot of these aren't in good shape. And I was mentioning Clobberin times before too. They look like crud, but then as soon as you bag and board them, they look better. It's like putting a coat of wax on a car. I mean, yeah, you're not going to fix something where it's missing a page, but they look so much better bagged and boarded. Yeah.
Betty and Veronica.
What you need is a self-cleaning oven. What I need is a self-cleaning room.
Yeah.
Room.
Why did Betty and Veronica hang out in their own comic when they're supposed to be enemies? So.
Yeah. But Betty, without a compass, you and Archie might get lost. Exactly.
Uh-oh.
Oh, spicy. I just love space. It figures. Archie has so much of it between his ears. Jughead.
You have Archie Meets the Punisher?
I don't think I have that one.
Remember that? Did you ever see that?
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah. Let's see. Jughead's jokes. Yeah.
Wow.
Man,
Man,
you can't get anything with a penny.
Mitch, you can tell by the price what basic years these fall in.
Yeah,
the cover
35
price, like
cents.
mid 70s ish, 70s. All these are mid to late 70s. Anything like 30 cents or
Yeah.
35 cents.
Jughead, which of these accomplishes impresses you the most? Take only a minute to wake up and get dressed. The Minutemen. So bad.
Great Juggo.
I mean, they're just fun, innocent comics. I mean,
Yeah,
then-
they are. Yeah.
yeah. Then later on, of course, when they did, the Life with Archie, and they did Betty and Veronica. They did first half was Archie married to Betty, Second half was Archie married to Veronica. It was like
Alejandro,
magazine stuff.
they may have they said an Archie versus Predator. I know they did a Archie meets versus Punisher, but yeah. No, you're right though. And like they're saying in the chat, the covers are like strips, comic strips.
Yeah, they're fun. Yeah, they're fun just to even read the covers. I think this was the one that was $160. Was this one, or was it?
That's because Veronica's wearing a bikini, or
I think
it's
one of these. Or maybe it was this one that's total. See how it's water damaged and trashed. It's tough to see. I know with the video
is. No, you
camera,
can
but,
see it.
But it's trash. It's trashed. It's like and someone wrote on it. So, and another comic was $70. Mint condition, and the kid had written in Archie, like written in, filled in Archie, and wrote on the cover. So it's like
kids used to draw all over their comics.
Draw,
you know how many comics I've seen with kids' names written on it? So
yeah. So this might have been one of
Archie
the
versus Aliens versus Predator. There is an Archie versus Predator.
Yeah, but they're just they're fun.
Nothing against them. I don't have the prejudice that you had them as a kid, where I go, "What is that crap? This Richie Rich and hot stuff." Sorry, D-Bud. Archie. I mean, I wanted to see the superheroes. Sorry, D-Bud.
Yeah, no, I did too. Yeah, that's what I told my grandfather, because he was bringing me Archie and.
But D-Bud has these. He probably has these.
This one was pretty valuable too, but it's trash. See, it's trash. See the spine.
Oh, it's terrible.
We can rebuild it.
That's chewed up.
That's chewed up. But that, it's kids were just reading these. What is it like?
DJ Ronnie J.
Archie's Christmas Lovin'. I don't know. That sounds kind of risque.
Wow. It was almost like Reggie's calling Joe. He had sugar plums.
Archie, pass
me the sugar plum. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Reggie. I saw them first. Yeah.
Oh my! Innuendo. Whoa.
I don't know. Check the Comics Code Authority.
That's as I said.
And then someone wrote here, so that kills that. Of course, it's trashed anyway. But
Ray Lucard, what's up? He said he had. He said he had Archie versus the Punisher. Yeah, I remember that. I mean, seeing it, I didn't have it. Wow, it's almost like Wimpy from Popeyes with the hamburger thing. Look,
60 cents. Pop just raised the price of hamburgers.
Hamburgers, 60 cents. It's outrageous.
Yeah, imagine that. Archie hurt himself in a dozen places. Duh, he shouldn't skate in those places. Most.
Wow.
Like this one's got tape. Yeah, but it's just fun. Jug, you get the soil samples. I'll get the lipsticks.
Whoa!
Look at this. But it's too bad this is trashed. But look at that on the cover.
Mm-hmm.
Star Battles.
Battles.
So this is Archie's dreaming about quote unquote Star Wars there.
Yeah.
It's too bad that one. That's actually a cool.
That's a cool cover. Yeah.
Fun cover, but it's total. I don't know if that's a piece of tape or resin
Star Battles.
tape or trash. It's too bad. Yeah. Maybe I'll find a good copy of that one. Life with Archie 468. And the crazy thing is too, one of the Archie comics, I don't think it was Life, but they skipped like 300 numbers, and they don't know if it was an editorial mistake or screw up. But I'm putting reading in the comic database, and it goes from 29 to 431, or they don't know why. It's just they screwed up the numbering yet.
What are that Star Battles one? What issue is that again? And what's it just
Star
Archie?
Battles one is Archie Giant Series 468. I don't know if it's worth anything, but that'd be fun to get a nice copy of that, because it's fun.
There's two versions of Archie comics and Marvel Comics Punisher, and was after a crook that looked like Archie. These are halfway decent comics for Mark. No.
Yeah.
In my younger years, I used to watch one season, the short-lived one-season Archie animated series produced by Filmation way back in the and that was the one that used to show they had the Groovy Ghoulies too, and Sabrina the Teenage Witch, I guess.
The D-Bud likes these. Wow, these are the best comics Mark has bought for quite a while. Actually,
That's
these
true.
are free. These are
You didn't
free.
even buy them. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Even better.
Free comic book day. Yep. And there was nothing in there that was really valuable too, because I would have felt bad if
Where were you? Oh, it was some.
it was my
someone gave
wife's
it to you.
friend gave it. Yeah, they gave me a
Oh,
box.
he just.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He could have sold a comic shop. Would have taken them and sold them, but not much.
No, it's much better that I have them.
It is
Give 'em
better.
a good home.
I agree with that.
And they weren't bagged and boarded either, so
No,
they
you
wouldn't
bagged
have
and
gotten much
boarded 'em.
money. They would have gotten much money for them anyway. So, but I think it was their comics when they were a kid. I'm guessing, growing up, must have been their comic book collection. So, yeah, it's fun stuff. It's nice stuff to read, and for the kids, my kids are in college now, or out of college, but I can see why these were really popular back in the day, and back when you could get comics everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Not just in the store. So yeah, so I didn't get made fun of too much tonight because Archie saved me, I guess, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that cover is toxic. That Madhouse Comics, yeah. Oh, here, might as well show everyone here. This was the Darth pumpkin that was printed. It took like a week to print or forever to print. Here, let me get the light.
Aren't you going to celebrate the Grey Cup? The Montreal Alouettes won it for the first time in 13 years.
Yep.
I'd have watched that if it had been on.
They're showing it on during the game tonight. They're showing a clip of it. Let me turn the light down, but that's Little Darth Pumpkin and Big Darth Pumpkin. And here's Spidey Man for scale reference. But this head took, this took like 24, 27 hours. This took, I think, 18 hours to print.
Wow.
Came out pretty good, I think.
That's pretty cool. That's very cool.
Yeah. If I turn the light down, I got to put some more candles in there not real candles, but battery powered candles. Yeah.
Yep, the 70s Archie cartoon had the hit song Sugar. We had the 45 of that. Sugar. That's a good song. The Archies. That was the group. They had a group. They had a singing group called the Archies. There was a band called the Archies, right? Back then, you guys help me out here. Make sure I'm not.
I think so. Yeah. I think so. Yeah. 70s is here. You would know. Courtney's here. She'll know.
Courtney knows that.
Yeah, I think it was the Archies. Yeah. And of course they had, Archie. They would always have musical acts in the comics too, right? I mean, so
yeah,
they would always have some bands and sing it. So that's Mark's monthly comic drop.
Mark's Comic, a staple of Monday Night Mark C. Comics Talk, folks. The Mark Comics drop. At least twice a month or so.
Yeah,
he shows us the comics he bought, and sometimes he gives us a treat of some good comics like this. Yeah. I mean, some respectable comics anyway.
Yeah.
I was the Archies. Thank you, Courtney.
Yeah. Oh my God, this is Matthew Pounder. Yeah.
Oh my God. Anyway, all right, my dear friends, I want to thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. I hope some of you sort of enjoyed my silly reading that Doctor Who comic and stuff, but it was fun. I enjoyed just to tell you that story. I spent a little too much time on it, but that's the way it goes. But it was interesting enough. It is Doctor Who month after all, so we had to talk some Doctor Who comics. Before I do my show notes and shout outs, what do you got going on, Chief Engineer? Tell everybody what's up.
Well, I guess going to try to do a member stream if I can this week since it's the holiday.
Cool.
And Thursday, of course, I'll be deep frying a turkey. I wish you were around to share it with you, but
mail me some.
I'll mail you some, but I should be around popping into the clubhouse later, maybe.
I hope
see how it goes if I don't have turkey coma, but I'm sure everyone's a bunch of wussies. They all go to bed early these days, so I'll probably be around a little bit for the clubhouse, but then I guess the week after that we'll get back to our reviews, and of course we will have Sunday Night Geekery.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Nope. Yep. We'll have Sunday Night Geekery. I'll have some videos of cooking deep frying the turkey. Hopefully all will go well, and I won't set anything on fire. And we'll talk about Thanksgiving and show some pictures of all the food. So why not? So we'll have some Sunday night foodery. Oh, wait, it's Your Old Toys is here.
Hey, who? Which one?
Your Old Toys is here.
Yep, Your Old Toys. Good to see you. The Woke Breaker, what's up? Well, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate that. It's always great to see you pop in, brother. Be good, bro. Let's see. Yes, Oliver. Always good to see you, Oliver. Thank you so much for popping in. Thank you all. Okay, show notes and shouty outies. Let's see here. Tomorrow night, I won't be anywhere other than maybe on Tom's channel at 6 Central for the hanging out with Tom and the Midnight's Edge great group there. That'll be a lot of fun. And then Wednesday night, I'll be on with, I think I'll be on with Loki's Comic Roundtable at 7, and then Doctor Who month continues on Doctor Who 60th anniversary eve, the day before the 60th. It actually occurs. Wednesday night, I will count down my top 25 favorite all-time Doctor Who episode stories, or what have you. Then Thursday night, back over with Tom and the gang at 6:30. And then, yes, Thanksgiving Day night anyway, I will be hanging out at the usual clubhouse, and I know Raquel will be there. Like Mark said, if he's able, he might stop by and say hi. No reviews or anything. We're just going to shit out, as they say, and talk to you all. Anyone who wants to come in and just talk on a Thanksgiving night, hanging out. And I realize people are going to be doing Thanksgiving things and all that kind of stuff. But if you want to come hang with us and, come talk to us. Let's see. So, Mark, you and Clobberin talk about the Davos situation. Yes, we did talk about it. If you why don't you put a link to that
Yeah,
stream?
put the link to the Geeky
Mark,
link. Yeah.
Ezra, Mark can put a link to that stream. We talked about it in depth last night. So if you want to hear our views on it, there you go. We went all over it. So thank you, Ezra. But Mark can put that link in the stream to that video if you'd like to see it or hear it. So there's that clubhouse, and then I won't be. There's going to be no. Usually on Friday nights on J-Man's channel, there's the Kirby Fourth World review show, but he's not having one. He's going to be on vacay and unavailable. So I won't be on there, but I will be with Nick and the boys. I think I'll be with Nick and the boys the Friday night comic shop talk, 8:30 p.m. Central on Nick Weiser's 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser's great channel. We'll be reviewing the Fantastic Four saga of the Sphinx with the boys there. I've got to get all that together for him. And then Saturday, where are you at? Saturday night Star Trek, 9 p.m. Central. As always, same Trek time, same Clobby channel. 4 more scintillating episodes of Star Trek Voyagers Season 3.
But no Neelix feet.
Don't even say that. Man, dude, no. Why didn't you mention that? Ugh. So there's that.
I got you to leave my channel last night.
Oh God!
I guess. I mean, I never want you to leave, but I guess if there's someone ever you want to get rid of the stream, just put that on
that'll do it. And then, of course, the Geekery Sunday night Geekery, as always, 10 p.m. Eastern time, unless there's something to do with Neelix's goddamn feet. So. All right, my friends.
Oh, and Toxic Tuesday, The Spy Who Loved Me tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
third movie. Yep.
Our good buddy Nick has Toxic Tuesday tomorrow night, like he does. They're gonna have the Spy Who Loved Me. I love that movie, great movie. Yeah, so they're gonna be doing that one.
Great song.
Yes, indeed, like Heaven Above Me. You guys ready for the new Trek? Says the Woke Breaker. No, there is no new Trek. It's only fake Trek. So. Let's see, so let's put my channel link in the chat, please. Well, sure. Let's promote.
I did.
You did? Well, there it is. It's in the chat. Okay, Your Old Toys. There you go. There's your link. Anyone, my friends, if you would, please go subscribe to our friend Your Old Toys channel, because he's a cool dude, and he likes toys, and he's got a cool channel. So please go give him a sub if you would. There you go. It's always good to see you, Your Old Toys. I hope you're doing well, buddy. So, there we go. Let's see. All right. Shouting out our great mods, of course, whether they're here or not. Eric K., the Bronze Wrencher, Chris Persia, Vindicator Wrencher, the Great White North, the Wrench of Iron, D-Bud Martin. Thanks to D-Bud for being here tonight, buddy. Lord Thoth, Avon Lives, Long Live the Legion. J-Man, had a fantastic time on J-Man's show tonight. meeting with the great Eddie, and Sean was with us, and we met the great Eddie of Bearded Shirts, the maker of great shirts. The great J-Man, my partner in crime on Earth B, and Legionnaire Extraordinaire. Maddie's Daddy, Reader of Lynchmionia, Kal-El, Buddy, Super Wrench, Fanty Outsidery, Music Meister Max, and of course, Hungry Boy, the Master of Clobberin. And all you wonderful friends who are here with us tonight. Cannot thank you enough. Larry, thank you for being here. Ezra Goldstein, shalom, my friend. Have a good one. Thank you for being here. DJ Ronnie G, good to see you, buddy. Thank you for being here. The Woke Breaker. Thank you. JT Kirk, go Lions. Your Old Toys, thank you for being here tonight with us. Let's see. It's Courtney. Courtney, thanks for being here, my dear. Oliver Bellamonte. Could not be reached for further comment, my friend. Ray Lucard. Alejandro Valores Ibarra, thank you so much for your participation. You were excellent, and I really appreciate you. Thank you for being here with us tonight. Matthew Pounder, old buddy. All right. TNZ, thank you so much for being here tonight. Appreciate you. Did I say Oliver already? Oliver Bellamonte, just in case. Let's see. Make sure we got everybody up in here. Brogo from the old hometown. Good to see you. Dave C. Where are you? Let's see. Crap. Oh, Salty Traveling Sea was here earlier. Again, thank you so much, and thank you for the super sticker. It's always great to see you, my buddy. I hope you're doing well. Max. Oh, I already shouted out Max, but Max was here. Yep. Kronos Godwise, thank you for being here. Well, almost got. What do you think? We're getting there.
Getting close. Getting close.
Yeah, getting close. I'd like to get everybody. Hang on. Penny was here. Love you, Penny. I think she had to run out, of course, but thank you, Penny. The lovely Sherry. Oh, all right. Beautiful girl. Beautiful girl. Always good to see you. And there, your Muslim uncle is here. Thanks, buddy, for being in there. Oh, Jingles, the Christmas elf. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Tell Santa that I know he's Kurt Russell, but that's okay. A secret is safe with me. Almost there. Stay on target. Almost there. Claude Saling was here. Hey. All right. The Wolf Dog was here. All right, Wolf Dog. Thank you for being here earlier. Did anyone hear if Tom Baker is coming back this season? He asked. No, he's not. We can't be that lucky. He can't really. Brian Hepburn. Minimusness. Alaric Harrowson was here. Now we're going to start taking the bets. What do you think? Anybody else?
Yeah. Probably missed one person.
I'm going to take that bet. I bet I got everybody. Except for Nerd Slap, of course. And Anonymous Gamer, of course. Other than them, that's what I meant. I meant, aside from them, I have everybody now. Thank you, to those two, Nerd Slap and Anonymous Gamer, for being here. And the Lost Souls Trilogy, for example. Except for the Lost Souls Trilogy, thank you. And Sci-Fi Mombi, except for Sci-Fi Mombi. I got everybody. That's just the way it is. Nobody else could be on the list whatsoever. And I'm putting my foot down. I'm sticking to that one like the Rock of Gibraltar. Except for Keely Chow, of course. Yeah, everyone knows Keely Chow, of course. Yeah, but yeah, Keely Chow was here as well. Yeah, earlier at the beginning. Now that really is everybody. I did it. So yeah.
Did you get RRTNZ?
Well, yes, of course.
Yes, you got it, of course.
RR, thank you. I did not publicly announced yet. Everybody watching has a sneak peek at what's coming. It says so. Euro Toys. Our Euro Toys. Star Wars Rivals the Empire. There you go. Star Wars Rivals. I will announce it January 1, midnight Pacific time. Whoa, good deal. Everyone, please
New Year.
subscribe. Happy New Year. Well, not even the Christmas yet. Stop with Happy New Year. All right, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. Appreciate you. And I hope to see you again on the streams, especially Wednesday night. Until then, clobber on, clobberers.
Clobberin time! Clobber on 'em all! Groovy. I just love clobbering time.